Hoard with Terry Nelson. Mo Egger is with us here at the Cintas Center. Taryn, anything but bland, is back in the studio. Thanks for tuning in to the Skyline Chili Crosstown Shootout. Let's get to T. Nels. Keys to the game.
To be successful, the Bearcats have got to do three things. First, Dan, they got to defend the three-point line. That's the obvious one. They don't have much of an inside game. Xavier doesn't. But they really shoot the three ball well, and they're getting better at it. And that's a staple of a Patino coach team, whether it be the father or the son. Secondly, they have to embrace the hate. You and I already got a taste of it. But you have to realize that use that energy. Don't shrink from it. Embrace it. Turn into the villain mode. Put the black cap on. Go out there and play with vigor and force and do it. Thirdly, make the game frenetic. I'm talking about organized chaos. Get out, pressure the ball, attack the basket. Constant pressure on them. Use the bench. If there's ever a time to use your bench and go 9, 10, 11 deep, that's because if you're putting pressure on them, you may foul, first of all, but you're also going to make sure that you're running up and down and creating a pace because our bench is deeper than Xavier's bench.
Terry's Keys brought to you by Key Bank. For every financial need, Key Bank will meet you in the moment. Key Bank. This is the 93rd meeting between Cincinnati and Xavier. The Bearcats lead the all-time series by 12, 52-40. The Bearcats won last year at home, 68-65, ending a 5-game head-to-head losing streak to the Musketeers. But let's face it, in recent years, Xavier more often than not has come out on top. The Musketeers have won 5 out of the last 6, 9 out of the last 12, and are 20-9 in the last 29 meetings. And that streak began with the so-called Lenny Brown game, when Lenny Brown hit the jump shot at the end of the game in Cincinnati to beat the Bearcats when they were ranked number 1 in the country. It was the first time in a 4-year period where Xavier had 2 wins over Cincinnati when the Bearcats were ranked number 1 in the country. So it's been a while since Cincinnati has won back-to-back games in this rivalry. In fact, the last time UC won 2 in a row were the 2 games before the Lenny Brown game, when Cincinnati was in a streak of winning 4 out of 5. Back in the Oscar Robertson era, the Bearcats dominated for a couple of decades, but again, in more recent years, Xavier has been the team that more often than not has come out on top. So we'll see what happens tonight as the Bearcats try to win here at the Cintas Center for just the second time ever. The first time these two teams met in this building, when it was brand new, the Bearcats won by 20. Steve Logan led the way with a 22-point performance. Cincinnati has not won a game here since, dropping 10 in a row.
It's going to be a good game. I'm just wondering the emotional state of the Bearcats coming out and having one of those games where they come out in the first 4 minutes and just set a tone. They're more than capable. We've seen them up and on in scrimmages versus or exhibition games versus when they played Michigan. They looked amazing. They came out and looked amazing. In the second game of that exhibition game, they didn't look so good. They've learned their lesson. Right now, this is the biggest test that they have faced all game long, and we need them to come out with flying colors.
Let's face it, when Cincinnati lost to Eastern Michigan, a big portion of the fan base was bitterly disappointed and wondering just how good is this team going to be. A team that they expected going into the season would be outstanding. Well, you win tonight at the Cintas Center, and anybody that had doubts puts those doubts away and gets back on the bandwagon.
Yeah, you recharge your fan base in your program. When you win a Crosstown Shootout, it's much like, Michigan and Ohio State in football. You can save your coaching career. You can have a bad season, but you beat Ohio State if you're a Michigan coach, and it's an amazing season so far, even if you don't go to the college football playoffs. Well, for the Bearcats, it's a little bit of an up and down. They haven't played up to their potential. Coming in here on the road in a hostile environment shows maturity if you can win this game, mental toughness, and your ability to get it done.
The rivalry started way back in 1928 when UC helped what was then known as St. Xavier College dedicate the brand new Schmidt Fieldhouse. Back then, Calvin Coolidge was the president. There were 48 stars on the U.S. flag, and it's been one of the great rivalries in college sports ever since. Certainly the best intra-city rivalry in college sports. These two schools separated by about 3 miles, and we are set to go. Xavier wearing white at home, the Bearcats wearing black The opening tap controlled by Mustafa Cham, and Cincinnati has the ball to begin the game. Crosstown dribbling outside the arc, left side of the floor. Passes outside the arc right to Sean Abayev. The freshman throws it left wing. Day Thomas wipes the ball in front of his defender, feeds it into the short corner to Baba Miller, backing his way into the low post. He gets double teamed, steps between two defenders, pitches it out to Day Thomas, and his three-point shot hits nothing but the bottom of the net.
And he turns and looks at the student section that's yelling at him. Had something to say to him.
3-0 Cincinnati, 30 seconds into the game. Messina Moore has it on the center court logo. Into the corner, open three, in and out, no good. Jovan Milicevic missed the shot. Cincinnati has the rebound. Krisa lobs it down low. Caught by Cham. Turnaround shot, no good. And an over-the-back foul will be called on Baba Miller trying to get an offensive rebound.
He's so aggressive. That's what I didn't want. Mustafa Cham had him on his back. If he drop steps instead of trying to shoot a jump hook from the baseline, he's easy dunk.
3-0 Cincinnati, 55 seconds into the Skyline Chili Crosstown Shootout. All right, dribbling outside the arc, throws it out towards center court, and Borovicinin. Now it's Milicevic outside the arc for Borovicinin, drives to the free throw line, drives to the basket, easy finger roll up and in.
He's hit a screen on Shanabayev, and he never got caught up.
Cincinnati 3, Xavier 2, and the Musketeers going to try a little zone defense. Thomas into the corner, Baba Miller for three. Off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Messina Moore. Dribbles up the far sideline for the Musketeers. Taps the brakes outside the arc. Now drives. Tried to throw it into the corner for Trey Carroll, and he got knocked out of bounds by his former college teammate, Baba Miller.
I don't like the Baba Miller three-pointer on the other end. Too early in the shot clock for him to take that shot.
And he's just 1 for 9 this season from outside the arc. That's not his strength. Borovicinin looking to inbound from the sideline. Lobs it out towards center court, caught by Wright. Wright defended by Day Thomas. Dribbles with the right hand to the top of the key. 2-point jump shot, good.
Just snake screened the dribble at the top. Knocked down a mid-ranger.
Xavier 4, Cincinnati 3. The Bearcats have the ball. Sean Abayev to the wing. Krisa for three. The rainbow is no good. Rebound taken by Trey Carroll. Dribbles up the floor for the Musketeers. He'll drive toward the basket. Now finds an open shooter in the corner. No good by Milicevic, who's gone 0 for 2 from corner threes. Xavier up 4-3. Cincinnati has it in the front court. Krisa throws it under the basket. Caught by Cham, hits a cutting Baba Miller, puts up a shot that's no good, but draws a 2-shot foul.
Great interior passing, Mustafa Cham to a cutting on the baseline, Baba Miller, and he pump fakes, gets them both in the air and steps through and causes a 2 free throw situation.
Jovan Milicevic called for the foul, his first. Baba Miller goes to the line to shoot a couple. Baba making 63% of his free throws. He's averaging 14 points and 10 rebounds. The senior from Mallorca, an island off the coast of Spain, rattles in the first foul shot and ties the game at 4.
Did you visit that when you went on your European tour?
I've been to Spain. I was an exchange student in Spain, in Gijon, Gijon, but I have never been to Mallorca.
Nice.
I could speak Spanish 40 years ago. Now I can count to 8. Second free throw, no good. Rebounded by Trey Carroll. 4-4 the score. We're 2 minutes and 15 seconds in here at the Cintas Center. Borovicinin feeds it between the circles for Messina Moore, defended by Baba Miller. All right, throws it right back to Messina Moore. Now a pump fake by Borovicinin, drives into the short corner. Good recovery by Cincinnati. Borovicinin shoots a fall away and puts it in.
They worked hard for that. Nothing you can do with that with Krisa defending the post.
2 baskets for Filip Borovicinin. He's not a big scorer. He averages 8 points a game. Xavier up 6-4. Here's Sean Abayev. Borovicinin defends. Abayev double-teamed way out near center court. Throws a dangerous pass. Almost went to the backcourt. Saved in by Day Thomas. Now it's Mustafa Cham. Backing down his defender. Throws it up top for Baba Miller. He penetrates into the paint. Lobs it back to Abayev. 3-point shot. Yes, sir!
Beautiful play made by Baba Miller. Jab step, get to the paint, throw a pass behind his back for the wide open shot.
Cincinnati 7, Xavier 6. Borovicinin pump fakes from 3-point range. Now it's Milicevic. Borovichinin back to Milicevic. He'll shoot a three. It's no good. He's gone 0 for 3. Keep shooting. Cincinnati's ball up 7-6. 3-point shot by Kerr Kriisa. An air ball. It gets tracked down in the corner by Trey Carroll. Carroll dribbling the ball up the floor. Step back three by the lefty, and it's good.
A little nervous energy right now for the Bearcats and how they're approaching the offensive end.
Xavier 9, Cincinnati 7. We'll have a timeout for next dead ball. Abayev to Cham. Into the corner for Kriisa. Now Baba Miller for three. Too strong. Another rebound for Xavier. The Bearcats do not have an offensive rebound yet. All right. Weaves to the free throw line. Now Borovichinin for three, and he swishes it in.
4 straight games. Xavier has, for 5 straight games, they have made 10-plus three-pointers. You have to get out and defend the three.
Borovichinin, only a 17% three-point shooter coming into the game. He was 4 for 23 coming in. He makes his first one tonight. And we have a timeout with 15:38 remaining here in the first half. The score, Xavier 12, Cincinnati 7. This is the Skyline Chili Crosstown Shootout, presented by R&L Carriers on 700 WLW.
Now?
Sure, you've got less than 3 weeks left to finish your holiday shopping, but why wait? Now is the
In fact, before its release, they were pretty bleak.
And they said, we're finished. This is over. The literally not going to work. You gotta get rid of those guys. It's a disaster.
Then Leave the Gun, Take the Cannoli. My co-host Mark Seal and I strip back the varnish of movie history and talk to never-before-heard-from sources to get at what really made the process so arduous. Leave the Gun, Take the Cannoli is based on my co-host Mark's best-selling book of the same title. And on this show, we call upon his years of research to help unpack the story behind The Godfather's birth from start to finish. We sift through innumerable accounts, many of them conflicting, and try to get to the truth of what really happened.
Free subs, fresh cut fries, fresh squeezed lemonade, and more. Penn Station. Love your sub. Earn rewards you crave.
Success is often determined by how well you plan and prepare for life's biggest moments. It's the confidence that comes from knowing you and your loved ones are protected for generations. You can rest assured knowing you've made the right choice, placing your trust in Western and Southern. From life insurance to retirement and investments, Western and Southern helps provide the peace of mind you need so you can be in the moment with the ones you love. Visit westernsouthern.com/rest assured to get started today.
This is 700 WLW, the home of the UC Bearcats.
UC Bearcat basketball brought to you in part by your Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky Toyota dealers. Visit Toyota.com for all Toyota offers. Toyota, let's go places. Xavier on a 6-0 run, and the Musketeers have a 5-point lead, 12-7.
The Cats got to figure out how they're going to defend the three. Are they going to switch? Are they going to go on top of the screen? Are they going to go below the screen? You don't want to go below because then they sit behind that screen and they shoot threes. So you try to trail and they attack the basket and you're not getting the secondary help, because if that secondary help comes and stops the ball, they kick it to the corner for the three. So this Xavier team is operating at high efficiency offensively.
Xavier is 9-3 in the last 12 meetings, and during that 12-year stretch, the Musketeers as a team have made 42% of their threes. And it's one thing when Trayvon Blewett does it. He made 9 in the 2017 game. But for every Trayvon Blewett, there's been a D. Davis who went 5 for 5, or a Remy Abel who made 3 threes before having a tryout with the NFL. And so far tonight, Filip Borovichinin, 4 for 23 coming into the game, nails his first. 12-7 Xavier. Cincinnati has the ball after our first media timeout. Day Thomas feeds it to Baba Miller, swings it right to Buck Harris, who checked in during the timeout. Now Day has it. Tried to pass it toward the sideline, and it gets knocked out of bounds by Xavier with 8 seconds left to shoot for Cincinnati. Malik Messina Moore knocked it out.
I would like to see the Bearcats throw the ball to the post and play action off of that screen and cut instead of just passing around the perimeter.
Anthony Robinson is checked in for Xavier. Cincinnati throws it into the backcourt. The Bearcats have 5 seconds to shoot. Day Thomas crossover dribble, launches a long three. It's short. Offensive rebound taken by Tyler McKinley. Now Day puts up a shot in traffic. Lots of contact, no whistle. McKinley with another offensive rebound. And he's called for traveling.
So the baseline official called a foul. He was overruled by the official courtside or on the sideline who had the vision of a travel.
Full court pressure by Cincinnati. Xavier throws a bad pass. It's intercepted by Kirk Risa. Buck Harris looking to attack. Right hand bank, no good. Offensive rebound, McKinley. Kicks it out to Day Thomas. Pump fakes. Shoots a three. No good. Rebounded by Xavier. This is Roddy Anderson who checked in during the timeout. Coming off a big game on Monday night. Xavier with the ball up 12-7. Borovichin in just inside the three-point line. Bounces it for Roddy Anderson. Buck Harris knocks it out of his hands and knocks it out of bounds.
Well, you know you're going to get instant energy from Buck Harris. He's going to come in there and do what he does best. Hopefully he can get some steals and sort of ignite this transition game for the Bearcats.
How about Tyler McKinley with 3 offensive rebounds since checking in? Malik Messina-Moore has it between the circles for the Musketeers. Backs up to the big X at center court. Now it's Trey Carroll driving. Gets to the low block. Looked like he changed pivot, Pete. Puts up a shot. It's no good. Rebounded by Baba Miller. Baba begins dribbling into the front court for Cincinnati. Gets there quickly. Looking to attack off the dribble. Puts up a bank. It is good. Count the bucket. And a foul is called on the Musketeers.
What an NBA move. Got the replay. Tremendous interior defense, forced the miss, grabbed the rebound, brings it up. Hezzy at the three-point line and goes and gets the contact.
He was fouled by Trey Carroll. That's the first on Trey, and Baba goes to the line looking to complete a three-point play. They've not put the points up on the scoreboard yet. They should. It should be 12-9. The foul shot is good, so it is a three-point play for Baba Miller. He has 4 points for Cincinnati. 12-10 the score. Roddy Anderson dribbles into the front court for the Musketeers. Baba Harris defends. Roddy goes by him on the dribble, shoots from 14 feet, missed the rim, hit the backboard, rebounded by Baba Miller. Now Buck Harris racing toward the basket. Lots of contact. Missed the shot, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
So Baba Miller gets the rebound. Kirk Kreese is next to him calling for the ball. Buck Harris is running, and that's his strength. Get him the ball in transition. He runs past the defenders that are in transition trying to stop him, gets the contact.
Milicevic called for the foul. That's his second, so he's got 2 at the 13:55 mark. And he's been a big reason why Xavier has been playing so well of late after getting off to a slow start. He moved into the starting lineup. The Musketeers have been much better ever since. First foul shot up and in for the left-hander, sincere Buck Harris.
Dan, I wonder if this is a game where they play Mustafa Cham not as much. I know they're trying to make sure they only have one on the floor at a time as Mustafa checks in for Baba Miller right now. But you want to make sure that you keep Baba out of foul trouble.
Milicevic comes out with 2 fouls. Trey Carroll checks back into the game with 1 foul. Second free throw by Buck Harris. Comes up short. Offensive rebound taken by Cincinnati. Buck Harris got his own rebound. Now Celestine shoots a jumper and bangs it in.
And he's shooting a career low this year, 29.5% from 3, but he's been experiencing back stiffness.
6 straight points for the Bearcats to take a 1-point lead. 13-12, 13:37 remaining in the half. Here's Borovichin in outside the arc to Trey Carroll near the top of the circle. Drives on Mustafa Cham. Into the corner, open 3. Roddy Anderson, no good. And it bounces up and over the backboard.
The Bearcats have locked in and figured out the rotation on the perimeter. Xavier runs great stuff, and they're unfamiliar with it. This is the first time that Coach Wes Miller has scouted the Xavier team and looked at them and realized they run some pretty good action.
Offensive rebounds 4-0 in Cincinnati's favor. Bearcats have the ball with a 1-point lead, 13-12, 13-19 left in the half. Kirk Kreese pass center court to the left wing and Harris, down to the low block and Mustafa Cham, and it's batted away by Anthony Robinson of Xavier. Isaiah Walker will check in, a local product. on the Xavier roster. He's out of Wyoming High School. He was Wyoming's all-time leading scorer.
And his dad was pretty good.
Sure was. Tyrese
Skywalker.
Rivalry 4 times, only winning once. Mustafa Cham for 3. Missed it from straight away. McKinley almost had another offensive rebound, but it got knocked out of his hands to Walker. Trey Carroll pump fakes, gets McKinley in the air, drives into the lane, his running floater, hits the rim, bounces up in the air, and falls through the net.
Just because you can shoot threes doesn't mean you should shoot threes. Get in the paint, throw it to him.
They feed it to Mustafa Cham, baby hook, no good, rebounded by Robinson of Xavier.
He thought he was hit on the arm.
Musketeers up by 1, 14-13. All right. Bounce pass backward for Trey Carroll. He'll shoot a 3. No good. Great box out job by Mustafa Cham. Outlets to Buck Harris. Cincinnati's ball down by 1. Harris to the rim. Layup. No good. Missed an easy one. Rebounded on the run by the Musketeers. Roddy Anderson driving. Knocks over Kirk Kriisa. And a blocking foul is called on the Bearcat guard.
Kirk Kriisa's got to do a better job of getting out of the way when guys get the rebound. Get to half court, then collect the ball. Don't just stand next to a guy calling for the ball because you're the point guard. You have several guys that can bring the ball up in transition and make plays.
Pop Njai is going to come into the game for Xavier. Doesn't play much. Only averages 1 point a game, but he's got size. 7 feet tall, 230 pounds. A transfer from UNLV. Roddy Anderson at the line. Roddy, a returning player for the Musketeers, but he redshirted last year. Didn't think he was going to get much playing time, so he practiced and traveled with the team, did not play. His first foul shot is up and in, and Xavier's taken a 2-point lead, 15-13.
Well, when Roddy was at Boise State, they swept the head-to-head matchup versus New Mexico against Coach Pitino, and I guess if you can't beat him, you join him.
Second foul shot good. Roddy makes them both. He's coming off a 28-point game, and Xavier's back up by 3, 16-13. Day Thomas dribbling the ball up the floor. Gets a pick in the backcourt from Cham. Hands it off in the front court to Sean Abayev. Abayev between the circles. Right wing feed for Thomas. Throws it right back to Sean Abayev. Shot clock at 15. Day Thomas in front of the Xavier bench. Feeds it to the short corner. And Pop Njai is called for a foul. Trying to go through Mustafa Cham.
Mustafa keeps releasing contact and coming closer to the ball. They're pushing him off the block. You should not be catching the ball at the 15-foot mark trying to back in.
That takes us to the under 12-minute timeout. The score, Xavier 16, Cincinnati 13. This is Bearcat Basketball presented by R&L Carriers on News Radio 700 WLW.
Here's a great idea from the Montgomery Inn for that special holiday gift now through Christmas Eve. Get a $100 Montgomery Inn gift card for $80. That's right. Just $80 gets you a $100 Montgomery Inn gift card. Go to the location. Visit MontgomeryInn.com.
Penn Station Rewards. Earn points with purchase and redeem for rewards you crave, like free subs, fresh cut fries, fresh squeezed lemonade, and more. Penn Station. Love your sub. Earn rewards you crave.
Toyotathon is on, and there's no better way to get in the spirit of the season than with a new Toyota. Now through January 5th, get 4.75 APR financing on any remaining new 25 RAV4 or RAV4 Hybrid. Or lease a new gas-powered RAV4 LE for $279 a month for 39 months with $39.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS, tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Mac is back at Skyline Chili. Come try their new delicious mac and cheese 3-way, made with creamy cavatappi pasta and white cheddar cheese, and topped with a mound of their freshly shredded Wisconsin cheddar. Get the mac and cheese 3-way with Skyline's original chili or their new chicken chili. Either way, it's the ultimate comfort food. But don't wait. Skyline's mac and cheese 3-way is only here for a limited time at participating Skyline locations.
You are locked on to News Radio 700 WLW.
Shootout has been back and forth so far tonight. Xavier currently on top, 16-13. We have 11:59 left in the half.
More passes, more attacking the basket for the Bearcats. They need more of that. But if they're going to run action and try to establish Mustafa Cham, Mustafa can't get pushed off the block. But when he catches the ball, he's got to turn and face. and then, locate the defense, then go into your back down if you're going to do that. But if you're just catching the ball automatically going into your back down, you can't see the double team coming. You can't see where your outlets are for shots. They have to establish the inside game. They want to establish the inside game.
Xavier shooting 46%. Cincinnati shooting 25%. Just 4 out of 16. The Bearcats 2 for 9 from outside the arc. The Musketeers 2 for 7 from outside the arc. Cincinnati's ball coming out of the timeout with 20 seconds to shoot. After a foul was called on Pop Njai, the Musketeers have 14 fouls. Cincinnati inbounds to Sean Abayev. His pass intercepted by Roddy Anderson. Drives to the basket, lays it in, and draws a foul from Day Thomas.
Got clipped on the leg right there. Day-Day's trying to make up for the errant pass to him, and he got back and just walled up in the air, and I guess legs were bumped.
Roddy Anderson really good at jumping the passing lanes. That's one of his strengths. You can't telegraph passes or he's going to pick it off. Free throws up and in. He scored 5 points off the bench, and the Musketeers are up by 6. They're on a 7-0 run. 11:48 left in the half. 19-13. Xavier. Here's Sean Abayev. Dribbling near the top of the key. Xavier runs 2 defenders at him. Cincinnati gets it to Celestine. Misses a 3 from the right wing. Rebounded by Allright. Cincinnati 2 for 10 from outside the arc. Now Njai fakes a 3-point shot. Carroll has it. Drives on Celestine. Almost lost the ball. Manages to get it to Njai. Njai dribbles once. Fires a pass for Allright. Allright penetrating on Harris. Shoots a fall away. It comes up short. Rebound gets tipped and grabbed at the free throw line by Buck Harris. Harris underhand feed for Abayev. He steps into a 3. Misses it. Cincinnati 2 for 11. Day Thomas shoots an open 3. That one's good.
50% from downtown. He misses his first, knocks another one down.
19-16. Xavier leads by 3. Trey Carroll just past center court. Driving toward the basket. Celestine defends. Carroll spins, shoots, miss it. No, it goes in. Hit the rim, bounced up in the air and fell through.
Got that lucky bounce. Bearcats are on the attack early.
21-16. Xavier by 5. Celestine outside the arc for Buck Harris. Now on the wing, it's Abayev left side. Looking to attack on the dribble. Gets to the basket. His shot rejected by Njai. Xavier runs the other way. Anderson spinning to the free throw line. Taps the brakes and waits for his teammates to catch up. Anderson will shoot a 3. It is around the rim. No good. Rebounded by Abayev. Fires it to the front court and Day Thomas. Now into the corner. Buck Harris feeds it under the hoop. Mustafa Cham goes up and lays it in.
If he's got him sealed, he's doing a great job positioning. Throw the ball down low and eat.
First bucket for Mustafa Cham. Cincinnati down by 3, 21-18. Carroll spinning toward the basket. Up and under spin move. Shot no good. Tipped up and in by Njai. And a foul called on Cincinnati.
Day Thomas picks up his second foul on a box out, just a push from behind. And that's just a knucklehead play from one of my favorites. He knows it too. The minute he got whistled, he looked. And when you do stuff in practice and nobody calls the foul, it's not a big deal. But when you do the same thing in a game and they call it, then you hurt your team.
The player Cincinnati can least afford to get into foul trouble has 2 fouls with 9:46 left in the half. Pop Njai has just doubled his scoring average. Came into the game averaging 1 point. And now he'll go to the line to try for a 3-point play. Xavier up. 23-18. Make it 24-18 as Pop Njai makes the foul shot. He'll come out of the game, and Anthony Robinson checks in. Kerr Kriisa replaced Day Thomas after Day picked up foul number 2. Bearcats have it in the front court. Great pass under the basket. Baba Miller feeding Sean Abayev for an easy layup.
Great play call by Wes Miller out of that situation, out of that substitution.
Xavier by 4, 24-20. Walker near the free throw line, driving to the basket, layup blocked. And now somebody reached up and grabbed the rim. We've got a foul called. It's going to be called on Cincinnati.
Yeah, Baba Miller, the ball was just on a missed dunk. He tried to grab it, and Baba Miller tried to knock it away and hit him on the arm. Got a lot of ball, too, Dan.
Anthony Robinson was the player that was fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Robinson making less than half of his foul shots this year. Naturally, his first one tonight is a perfect swish. Foul on Baba Miller, his second. So, Day Thomas has 2. He's on the bench. Baba Miller has 2. He's going to the bench. Jalen Celestine checks in. Cincinnati down by 5, 25-20. Second free throw for Anthony Robinson. That one is no good, and the rebound goes to Mustafa Cham. Kirk Kriisa walks it into the front court. Cincinnati down by 5. 9:13 left in the half. Cham, bounce pass outside the arc, run down by Buck Harris. Now Kirk Kriisa comes out and grabs the ball on the center court logo. Driving toward the basket, throws a wild alley-oop. Intercepted by Xavier. The Musketeers have numbers. Borovichinin looking around for an open teammate. Hands it off on the perimeter for Messina Moore. Messina Moore defended by Celestine. Gets a screen from Robinson. Driving, shooting, missing. And the rebound gets deflected to Sean Abaya. Here's Celestine. Sizing up his defender.
Give it to him.
Abaya.
That's what I'm saying. He's fighting underneath. He's open. They looked at him and they pass around him, and then he's getting frustrated trying to hold his position and picks up a foul.
He being Mustafa Cham.
Mustafa Cham, yes.
So the Bearcats did not get it to him, and eventually he committed a foul, his first, and it takes us, we're going to stay here. 8:36 left in the half. Cincinnati now with 6 fouls, Xavier with 4. The Musketeers leading 25-20, 8:30 left in the half. All right, driving toward the basket, puts up a running shot that's an air ball, rebounded by Tyler McKinley. Bounces it ahead for Kirk Kriisa. Kriisa to the left wing and Abaya. Borovichinin defends. McKinley sets a pick, now rolls toward the basket, catches a pass, spins to the hoop, and lays it up and in.
Beautiful one-on-one play, goes to the guy, to the defender in the paint. That's a spin move.
Cincinnati down by 3, but the Bearcats don't get back defensively. Xavier throws it under the basket to Isaiah Walker, and he lays it in.
I want to say, how does that happen, Dan? But we kind of know.
27-22. Xavier by 5. 7:50 left in the half. Sean Abaya dribbling outside the arc. Passes for McKinley. Finds Kirk Kriisa wide open for 3. Missed it. Rebound swatted off the glass. Loose ball goes to Robinson. He gets fouled by Celestine. And Cincinnati is over the limit with 7:39 left in the half.
And these are not Phi Beta Kappa fouls the Bearcats are committing. They have to settle down and realize when the other team has the ball, pick up and get back in transition.
Anthony Robinson will go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1 when we come back from the under 8-minute media timeout. 7:39 left in the half. The Xavier Musketeers have a 5-point lead. 27-22 is the score. You're listening to the Skyline Chili Crosstown Shootout presented by R&L Carriers on 700 WLW.
When seconds making a play, short's got to cover.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle.
2 things. Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage.
It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself. All right? Wildcats on 3. 1, 2, 3, Wildcats!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
Being this third generation of St. Clair's, I've learned it's important to give props to those who deserve credit. First and foremost, we would not have lasted over 70 years without great customers like you.
Thank you for choosing us for 70 years.
Ray St. Clair Roofing.
Toyotathon is on, and there's no better way to get in the spirit of the season than with a new Toyota. Now through January 5th, get 4.75 APR financing on any remaining new 25 RAV4 or RAV4 hybrid. Or lease a new gas-powered RAV4 LE for $279 a month for 39 months with $39.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS, tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Now through the end of the year, AE Door & Window is offering no money down and 0% interest for 2 years, plus another 5% off your total order when you combine and save on doors, windows, and awnings.
Find out more at aeDoorsales.com, where we sell the best and service the rest.
You're locked on to News Radio 700, WLW.
Dan, Terry, and Mo back at the Cintas Center. Taryn in the studio. Thanks so much for tuning in. Xavier up by 5, 27-22 with 7:39 left in the half. Bearcats have 17 fouls. They're over the limit. Musketeers have 4.
There's got to be some conversation in the huddle about settling down and not putting them at the free throw line. They get the rebound. Get back. Don't make a bigger mistake by trying to grab the ball out of a guy's hand. Well, you know it's a foul. And then you walk down the other end. You give them easy 2 points when they're trying to work for everything.
Anthony Robinson at the line to shoot. A 1-and-1. This is the front end. His shot is up, and it is good. Anthony Robinson is the grandson of an all-time great Bearcat, George Wilson. Remember the 1962 championship team? Won an Olympic gold medal in 1964. Second free throw short, rebounded by Celestine. George Wilson was once hit by a cowbell walking off the court at Xavier. Wonder how he would feel if he were still with us about his grandson playing for the Musketeers. Abayev for 3, and he makes one from deep.
That was impressive. Stepped right into it.
8 points in the half for Sean Abayev. Cincinnati down by 3, 28-25. Trey Carroll pump fakes from three-point range. Drives on Celestine. Now finds a shooter open outside the arc. Borovichinin. He'll drive on Abayev. Kicks it out to Trey Carroll for 3. Around the rim, no good. Rebounded by Keyshawn Tillery, who checked in during the timeout. Here's Abayev in the front court. Pass to McKinley, who fed it right back. Abayev left open, shoots another 3. Got it!
He's feeling it. This is what we've been wanting to see. Big-time players show up in big-time moments and make big-time plays.
11 in the first half for Sean Abayev. He's tied the game at 28. Borovichinin feeds it inside the arc for Trey Carroll. Backing down Abayev. Gets into the paint, draws a double team, kicks it out to an open shooter. Messina Moore misses a 3, and the rebound's tracked down in the corner by Keyshawn Tillery. 28 all the score. Abayev to McKinley. Near the top of the circle, fakes the handoff, gets it to Abayev, right back to McKinley, and he travels, driving toward the basket.
Yeah, it took 2 steps before he even put the ball down. Great 2-man action between Abayev and McKinley.
Jovan Milicevic checks into the game for Xavier. He's got 2 fouls. Baba Miller will come back in with 2 fouls for Cincinnati. Mustafa Cham coming in as well. Tyler McKinley and Jalen Celestine will head to the bench for UC. 28 all the score, 6:15 left in the half. All right, begins dribbling the ball up the floor. He'll be picked up at center court by freshman Keyshawn Tillery. Right, double teamed on the perimeter, bounces it from Milicevic, drives to the basket. His layup swatted off the glass by Mustafa Cham. Cincinnati racing the other way. Abayev pump fakes, driving into the lane, kicks it out to Baba Miller. He pump fakes. Now he penetrates into the corner for Abayev. Great catch by Sean, defended by Borovichinin. Abayev crossover dribble, step back, 2-point jumper, in and out, no good. Rebounded by Messina Moore. Fires up the sideline for Borovichinin. Now Messina Moore out near center court. Dribbling against Kerr Kriisa. Passes for Trey Carroll. Spins on Kriisa. Shoots a fall away. And hits from 15 feet.
That's part of his game. He loves the follow away. He gets separation. It's a pro-style shot.
9 points for Trey Carroll. Xavier back up by 2. 30-28. 5:18 left in the first half. Abayev hands it off for Tillery outside the arc on the right. Keyshawn driving into the lane. Hands it off under the basket. The ball goes off the hands of Cham and out of bounds.
Cham was not ready for it. You know that Keyshawn Tillery, first of all, he should have shot the ball, but he tried to draw the defenders in the air and then dump it down, and there was not a step towards the ball from Mustafa Cham.
Celestine in, Sean Abayev out, probably not for long. 5:06 left in the half. Xavier's ball up by 2, 30-28. Full court pressure by Cincinnati. Carroll gets it into Roddy Anderson, and the 6'3 senior will begin dribbling the ball up the floor. Tillery picks him up at center court. Anderson toward the sideline, and Borovichin in. Now it's Milicevic handing it off outside the arc for Anderson. Shot clock at 15. Messina Moore with a 2-point jumper. Yes, sir.
Nice pin down action. Coming off that curl.
4 straight points for the Musketeers. They lead at 32-28. 4:38 left in the half. Baba Miller under the basket. Celestine reverse layup up and in.
It's beautiful pass and patience in the paint.
Second bucket for Jalen Celestine. Cincinnati down 32-30. Trey Carroll dribbling on the 3-point line, turns to face the hoop. His 3-pointer got blocked. It was blocked by Baba Miller, and the rebound went to Mustafa Cham. Cincinnati's ball. Cham, 2 steps outside the arc. Waits for a guard to come out and grab it. Celestine has the ball. Now Tillery looks over his shoulder at Wes Miller. Celestine into the corner. Baba Miller driving baseline. Trey Carroll defends. Shot clock at 10. Baba looking to back down Trey Carroll. Dips the shoulder. Puts up a shot and floats it in.
He just run the offense through him. If somebody else is open, he'll make the right play, but feed him until he's tired of eating.
6 points for Baba Miller. We are tied at 32. 3:43 remaining in the half. Now Messina Moore driving into the paint. Kicks it out top of the key. Milicevic for 3. And that's the first one he's been able to make. Holds up a finger and shushes the Cincinnati bench. Cincinnati gets it into the lane. Mustafa Cham put up a shot. Missed the rim. Hit the backboard. Rebounded by Xavier. Messina Moore for 3. No good. Long rebound taken by Borovichin. Xavier resets. Messina Moore driving on Mustafa Cham. Top of the circle. Borovichin has it. He'll shoot a 3 off the rim. No good. Weak side rebound, Jalen Celestine. Cincinnati's ball down by 3. 35-32. 2:55 left in the half.
There you
Celestine lobs it to Baba Miller. Turns to face his defender. Gets double teamed on the wing. Dribbles away from pressure. Passes to Cham. Goes off his fingers. Fortunately, the ricochet goes to Krisa. 3-pointer from the corner. No good. But he got fouled shooting a 3 by Messina Moore.
They're going to double Baba every time he touches the basketball. So people got to cut to the middle of the paint and then kick it there and then quick reverse so you can get the shot better.
Just saw a replay of that foul. Not sure if it was legit or not, but it was whistled, and Kirk Reese is going to get 3 foul shots when we come back from the under 4-minute media timeout. We have 2:41 remaining in the half. Xavier up by 3. 35-32 is the score. This is the Skyline Chili Crosstown Shootout, presented by R&L Carriers on 700 WLW.
Sure, you've got less than 3 weeks left to finish your holiday shopping, but why wait? Now is the perfect time to buy an Ohio Lottery holiday scratch-off for that special someone on your list, even if that someone is you. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Get your mother-loving ears on, because your big-time radio DJ's got news. PayPal lets you choose how you want to pay for all the stuff. With PayPal, I can pay in-store, pay online, or pay over time. What's that? You want this translated into song? I hope you're sitting down. You can pay your own way. You keep those ears on, you hear? Don't just pay, baby. PayPal.
Learn more at paypal.com.
Indeed Flex gives you the power to instantly access work this holiday season. Find temporary jobs that fit your schedule, short or long term, with top pay and access to medical, dental, and vision benefits. And every shift you work this season earns you a chance to win a share of our $25,000 festive prize draw. Start earning and winning today. Get the flexibility you need for the holiday you deserve. Download the Indeed Flex app now.
You're listening to News Radio 700 WLW.
Xavier 35, Cincinnati 32. The Bearcats will be at the line to shoot 3. Coming out of this timeout, it'll be Kirk Krisa. Shooting percentages just about even. Xavier 40.6. Cincinnati exactly at 40. A little bit surprised that the Bearcats have the better three-point percentage. Cincinnati 5 out of 15, 33%. Xavier 3 out of 14, 21%.
Well, if the Bearcats can... They had a little stretch when Sean Abayev got him close, made a couple shots. Coach wanted to get him a quick rest. You mentioned he was just trying to get him to under the 4-minute mark. He didn't think it would go all the way down to 2:40 because he was on a little stretch right there. But when they attack the basket, Xavier is allowing you to they're showing you their hand. When Baba gets the ball, they double team. So somebody's got to flash to the top of the key to relieve pressure, throw it there, and that person becomes the point guard and playmaker.
Sean Abayev has checked back in, coming out of the timeout. He leads all scorers with 11 points. Trey Carroll leads Xavier with 9. Kirk Risa shooting 3 foul shots. The first one's in the air, and it is no good. Kerr was 5 for 6 for the season coming in. So the best he can do is make it a 1-point game if he makes the next 2 foul shots. Here comes number 2 for the senior from Estonia. That one is good. First point of the night for the 6'3" guard. In his 6th year of college basketball, and there's a chance he'll have a 7th. He plans to file an appeal with the NCAA after the season, based on a ruling his first year in Arizona where the NCAA would not allow him to play for a certain portion of that year. The rules have changed since, hoping he gets that year back. The second shot is up, and it's good. So he makes 2 out of 3, and Cincinnati trails 35-34 with 2:41 left in the half here at the Cintas Center. Roddy Anderson being harassed by Buck Harris as he dribbles past center court. Buck trying to take it away. Lots of contact, no whistles. Roddy Anderson still out near center court. Manages to get it to Trey Carroll.
Oh, my goodness.
He's pushed over by Jalen Celestine, and it'll be a 1-and-1 opportunity for Trey Carroll.
That's the second foul that he's committed where you're scratching your head. You're like, what are you doing? These are obvious open court fouls at the X in the middle of the court. There's no need to put pressure that when you're not a pressure player. Buck Harris, yes, he can defend, he can move his feet. But Celestine needs to give him a little space and just funnel him to a certain area.
The sad thing is, Buck had done a tremendous job of taking a lot of time off the shot clock with his defense on Roddy Anderson, and Celestine bails Xavier out. Carroll goes to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. He is a 74% free throw shooter. The lefty puts it up. It is no good, and rebounded by Jalen Celestine. So the Bearcats catch a break. They can take the lead. 2:20 left in the half. Celestine has it to the wing, and Sean Abayev driving. Gets to the short corner. Passes on the wing for Celestine. Celestine driving to the bucket. Gets into the paint. Throws it out to Crisa. Open 3. Nothing but net. And Cincinnati leads by 2.
Well, Xavier comes in making more threes, but the Bearcats come in almost shooting, making 10 per game.
37-35 Cincinnati. Carroll with a turnaround lefty hook, and he scores to tie the game.
If Patino calls the timeout, want to set his defense. But when they get the ball in the paint, or when they attack the middle and pivot and find their shooters, they realize that Xavier players are doing a lot what Cincinnati players are doing. They're watching the ball. And Kerr, meaning that he was Kirk Risa, he moves well on the perimeter, trying to find an open spot. They found him, and he's not afraid to shoot. Remember last game he had 11 3-point attempts and made 6 of them. He's got to continue to shoot.
On the scoreboard, Gonzaga leads Kentucky by 23 points at halftime. 43-20.
Is that at Kentucky? Or is that a classic somewhere? It's in Nashville. Okay.
Our score here, 37 apiece. It'll be Cincinnati's ball coming out of the timeout. 1:52 left in the half. The Bearcats have not had Day Thomas on the floor for about 7 minutes. He picked up his second foul with 9:46 left in the half. Cincinnati was trailing at the time, and now we've got a tie game. Xavier's going to try some full court pressure. Kirk Risa throws it in. Caught by Buck Harris, who passes back to Crisa. Now he'll dribble right by Roddy Anderson. Gets into the front court. Then tap the brakes, hoping for a foul. It wasn't whistled. Abayev has it. Jumps and passes. Caught by McKinley. Hits a rolling Buck Harris. Missed a wide open layup. Second one Cincinnati's missed in this game. Xavier's ball. Anderson, open three, clangs off the back of the rim. Offensive rebound, Robinson, and the ball gets knocked out of bounds by Tyler McKinley.
Nobody blocked it. He's going to go talk to the baseline official and said, nobody blocked it. It should be Bearcats basketball.
Wes Miller's giving the signal. For the officials don't have to go to the monitor because Kip Kissinger saw it and told the official who had originally credited Xavier with the ball that it went off Xavier and Cincinnati will get it.
Well, that's good defense. Buck Harris came down on the double team and slapped the ball away a little bit and made it loose, and the ball was coming out of his hands as he was going up, and Tyler McKinley walled up and did not foul.
1:25 left in the half, 37 all the score. The Bearcats inbound to Crisa. He'll dribble up the near sideline. Again, colliding with Anderson, trying to bait the officials to blow their whistles. They did not. Celestine, top of the key to McKinley, fires left for Harris. Buck Harris, one-hand pass for Crisa. Into the paint, McKinley goes up in the lane, and the ball gets knocked out of bounds by Trey Carroll with 13 left to shoot.
I tell you what, Dan, I'm very impressed with Tyler McKinley's play in the top of the key. He does everything he's supposed to do. He makes the right reads, and he just got the shot blocked, but that was the right read.
Will his explosiveness increase, as he continues to come back from the knee injury? Because it feels like when he's close to the basket, he just can't go up and over people.
Correct.
Bearcats inbound in the corner for Baba Miller. 10 left to shoot. Here's Abayev for three. Missed it off the left side of the rim. Rebounded by Robinson of Xavier. Long lead feed caught by Borovichinin. Taps the breaks outside the arc right. Isolated right side of the floor against Abayev. Borovichinin, spin dribble. Couldn't back his way down. Now hands it off on the perimeter for Carroll. Carroll having a big half. Gets into the lane. Baby hook. No good. Rebound on the floor. Taken by Baba Miller. Cincinnati's ball. 37 seconds left in the half. Long three. Kirk Crisa. Off the rim. No good. Long quick three. But, as you mentioned, a 2-for-1 idea for Cincinnati. But there's very little difference between the clocks now.
Yes.
Only a couple of seconds. So Xavier can play for the final shot. 37 all the score. Down to 15 seconds left in the half. Anderson dribbling on the big X at center court. 10 seconds left in the half. 8 on the shot clock. Anderson now shoots a three from the left side. It's short. Rebounded by Crisa. 3 seconds left in the half. Crisa, long lead feed. Caught by Miller. Throws it up. Missed the shot. Dunked in by McKinley, but after the buzzer sounded.
Man, I love the way Baba Miller got out in transition. If the pass is correct, he probably dunks it right at the buzzer. Nevertheless, the Bearcats should be very fortunate that going at halftime tied up on the road in a hostile environment.
Xavier led by as many as 6. Cincinnati led by as many as 3. And at the half, these two rivals are dead even at 37 apiece. We invite you to stay tuned for Mo Egger and the Pella Windows and Doors Halftime Report. It's presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Greater Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky, making life brighter. You can Pella now and pay later. At the half, Cincinnati 37, Xavier 37. You are listening to the Skyline Chili Crosstown Shootout, presented by R&L Carriers on News Radio 700 WLW.
Sure, you've got less than 3 weeks left to finish your holiday shopping, but why wait? Now is the perfect time to buy an Ohio Lottery holiday scratch-off for that special someone on your list, even if that someone is you. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Get your mother-loving ears on because your big-time radio DJ's got news. PayPal lets you choose how you want to pay for all the stuff. With PayPal, I can pay in-store, pay online, or pay over time. What's that? You want this translated into song? I hope you're sitting down. You can pay your own way. You keep those ears on, you hear? Don't just pay, baby. PayPal.
Learn more at paypal.com.
News, traffic, and weather. News Radio 700 WLW, Cincinnati.
Moving ahead with new maps, but it may not go all the way. With the halftime report, I'm Jack Crumley. Breaking now. The Indiana House has approved a new Republican-drawn congressional map. There was considerable debate on the measure before the vote today. Democratic State Rep John Bartlett.
If we set this precedence, whoever the majority party is can redistrict. We no longer have rules and regulations that we all abide by.
The map is meant to help give Republicans 2 more seats in Congress. Republican State Rep Ben Smaltz says it's constitutional.
I'm not doing anything other than working on maps that create a political performance and a political advantage.
However, Indiana State Senate Republicans say there is not enough support for the new map. President Trump has been pushing Indiana lawmakers to redraw the maps to widen the party's House majority in Washington. 1 man is dead, 2 others injured after the trench they were working in collapsed in Claremont County's Miami Township this afternoon along Valley Forge Road. The men were 15 feet down when the collapse happened. At last word, one of those men was still in the trench. And many film industry professionals have been voicing their concerns. Netflix has reached a deal to buy Warner Brothers Discovery's studio and streaming business for nearly $83 billion. The deal could be completed before the end of next year if it gets the green light from regulators. Your 9 first warning forecast.
Another chilly one this evening as temperatures will fall down through the 20s with mostly cloudy skies. Can't rule out a flurry or 2 when you wake up tomorrow morning. We should see a little sunshine on our Saturday. Temperatures, though, still staying well below average, only topping out in the mid to upper 30s. From your severe weather station, I'm 9 first warning meteorologist Cameron Harden on News Radio 700 WLW.
I'm Jack Crumley. Our next update after the game and breaking news anytime. News Radio 700 WLW.
Toyota. Sure, you've got less than 3 weeks left to finish your holiday shopping, but why wait? Now is the perfect time to buy an Ohio Lottery holiday scratch-off for that special someone on your list, even if that someone is you. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Get your mother-loving ears on because your big-time radio DJ's got news. PayPal lets you choose how you want to pay for all the stuff. With PayPal, I can pay in-store, pay online, or pay over time. What's that? You want this translated into song? I hope you're sitting down. You can pay your own way. You keep those ears on, you hear? Don't just pay, baby. PayPal.
Learn more at paypal.com.
Bearcats fans, it's time. Cincinnati women's basketball is back inside Fifth Third Arena for another thrilling season in the Big 12. In her 3rd season, head coach Katrina Merriweather leads a rising squad fueled by determination, teamwork, and one of the nation's top 15 freshman classes. Every game brings intensity, heart, and the future of Bearcat basketball on full display. Don't miss a moment of the action and excitement. Get your tickets today at gobearcats.com/tickets.
This is the Pella Windows and Doors Halftime Report. Brought to you in part by Pella Windows and Doors of Greater Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky. Making life brighter. Pella now and pay later.
Mo Egger with the Pella Windows and Doors Halftime Report from the Cintas Center, where it is halftime in the Skyline Chili Crosstown Shootout. Cincinnati and Xavier are tied at 37. Like college basketball scoreboard tonight, just 2 games involving ranked teams. In Nashville tonight, Gonzaga is beating Kentucky by a score of 54-28. The Zags rated 11th, UK 18th. Gonzaga up by 26 on the Wildcats in the second half. Early second half score, 5th-rated UConn leads East Texas A&M by a score of 38-27. There's one other Big 12 team in action tonight, and about midway through the first half, TCU has a 2-point lead over Notre Dame in Fort Worth, 25-23 the score there. College football, there are 4 conference championship games tonight. The Sun Belt Championship game pits James Madison against Troy. James Madison leads that game by a score of 10-7 about midway through the second quarter. Late first half score in the Conference USA Championship game, Kennesaw State leads Jacksonville State 7-0. The American Athletic Conference Championship game is scoreless between North Texas and Tulane. Same for the Mountain West Championship game between Boise State and UNLV. Other college football news, Iowa State head coach Matt Campbell set to become the new head coach at Penn State, according to a number of media reports. Washington State head coach Jimmy Rogers set to be the new head coach at Iowa State. High school football tonight in Canton, the Ohio Division I state championship game with about 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. St. Xavier and Olentangy Orange are tied at 7. A Bengals update, T. Higgins, good to go. He has cleared the NFL's concussion protocol. Cincinnati getting set to head to Buffalo tomorrow to take on the Bills on Sunday. That game will kick off at 1 o'clock. Pre-game coverage on 700 WLW will begin at 9 a.m. Here at the Cintas Center, The Bearcats and Musketeers are tied at 37 in the Skyline Chili Crosstown Shootout. A first-half recap with Dan and Terry is coming up. You're listening to the Pella Windows and Doors Halftime Report on 700 WLW.
Sure, you've got less than 3 weeks left to finish your holiday shopping, but why wait? Now is the perfect time to buy an Ohio Lottery holiday scratch-off for that special someone on your list, even if that someone is you. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Get your mother-loving ears on because your big-time radio DJ's got news. PayPal lets you choose how you want to pay for all the stuff. With PayPal, I can pay in-store, pay online, or pay over time. What's that? You want this translated into song? I hope you're sitting down. You can pay your own way. You keep those ears on, you hear? Don't just pay, baby. PayPal.
Learn more at PayPal.com.
Attention shooters, looking for the best prices on guns and ammunition? Ames Surplus in Monroe is the leading supplier of Federal, Remington, and CCI ammunition. New and used guns, suppressors, magazines, and accessories from all the top brands. Ames Surplus has everything you need to stay locked and loaded at unbeatable prices. Have used guns you want to sell? We'll even buy them for cash or trade towards your new purchase. Shop our full-service website at amessurplus.com or visit their showroom in Monroe, Ohio. amessurplus.com. Buy more, save more. Shoot more.
Pike here. Did someone say creamy parm? Donato's did. Introducing our brand new creamy parm sauce. For a limited time, get it on our bacon spinach parm, chicken veggie parm, or our chicken veggie medley. Either way, you can't go wrong. Donato's Pizza, gotta love more.
700 WLW.
Cincinnati 37, Xavier 37 at the half here in the Skyline Chili Crosstown Shootout. Thanks for tuning in. Let's get to first half stats brought to you by Skyline Chili. Feeling good and hungry, it's Skyline time. Well, I asked Wes Miller a question on the pregame show about points in the paint, how important that would be. That's been a key denomination in Xavier's 3 losses this year. They've given up a bunch of points in the paint in that game, and he said, you know what? You can never predict what key stat is going to happen in this rivalry. It never goes the way you think. And that's kind of been the case in the first half. So, Xavier's shooting 39% overall. Cincinnati's shooting 36% overall. But the Bearcats have been significantly better from outside the arc, which is not what anybody expected. The Bearcats 6 for 18, not great, but that's 33%. Xavier in the top 35 nationally in three-point shooting, 3 for 16, 19%. Bearcats have twice as many threes. Didn't see that coming. Cincinnati has out-rebounded Xavier, 26-22, but points in the paint are even at 12 apiece. Leading scorers, Sean Abayev, 11 points for Cincinnati. Trey Carroll, 11 points for the Musketeers.
You know, Cincinnati averages about 28 three-point attempts per game. They already have 18, so there's no inside game. And in today's basketball, you're going to see about 30 to 35 in a tightly contested game because those are equalizers. You make 2 in a row, and all of a sudden the crowd goes crazy. The Bearcats have to continue to knock those down. They are winning the battle of the glass, as you mentioned, by 4, but it's the points off turnovers. The Bearcats have 6 turnovers, only 2 for Xavier, and there are 5 points off of that. Those transition points have set up fouls on Day, put fouls on Baba Miller. You have to make sure that you're in the right set. You have floor balance. If you have floor balance, you have a good chance of coming out victorious in this game.
Fast break points 9-1 in Xavier's favor. There's a person who types in a running play-by-play of the game, and then after the game, the reporters can look back. All right, at this time, this happened. Another time, this happened. The person doing that says that Cincinnati has missed 6 layups. Now, when you're typing that in, I'm sure any shot close to the basket is typed in as a layup. They haven't all been wide open. Some have been contested. Some have been blocked. But that's 6 chances close to the basket where Cincinnati has not scored, including a couple of wide open ones that the Bearcats missed.
Yeah, and some were real layups, like Buck Harris missed a layup, and you had also one with Celestine missed a layup. They're going to get attacking to the basket. Xavier doesn't have a lot of shot blocking when they play on the floor. If they do play Njai on the floor, then they're out of bounds because they want 5 threats on the floor at all times. So attack the basket, and if you can get there, if you force a double team, the ball's got to hop. Last game, They did a good job of hitting that thing around the perimeter, and they got wide open shots at certain times. But then you got guys that want to, hold on to the ball and do their thing. If the ball hops out of a double team, they'll get the shots.
If I'm Richard Pitino or a Xavier fan, here's one thing I feel good about. This game is tied. Xavier went 1 for its last 11 from outside the arc. They're bound to start making a few.
Well, if you think about it, the Bearcats are 4th nationally in adjusted defensive efficiency. They can get out on the perimeter. They can do some things. When their breakdowns are happening, Xavier is missing threes. So as you mentioned, they're going to start making some of these threes, and the stats will make Cincinnati look even better defensively. But there's been some breakdowns. Early on, there was breakdowns. That's how Xavier got out to a lead. But once they settled down and got their rotations going defensively, then the shots start missing, and the Bearcats start making.
We've had 6 lead changes. We have had 4 ties, and we are tied right now at halftime. 37-37 is the score. You've been listening to the Pella Windows and Doors Halftime Report, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Greater Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky, making life brighter. Pella now and pay later. Back with the second half in just a moment. You're listening to the Skyline Chili Crosstown Shootout, presented by R&L Carriers on 700 WLW.
The Holy Grail is your headquarters for all the college and NFL games this season. Enjoy bucket beer specials every Saturday for college football. They've got every game, so you won't miss any of your favorite team's action. The Holy Grail, your search is over.
Hey, it's Tony Pike here. Did someone say creamy parm? Donato's did. Introducing our brand new creamy parm sauce. For a limited time, get it on our bacon spinach parm, chicken veggie parm, or our chicken veggie medley. Either way, you can't go wrong. Donato's Pizza, gotta love more.
Toyotathon is on, and there's no better way to get in the spirit of the season than with a new Toyota. Now through January 5th.
Does your business rely on vehicles to move your team or products from point A to B? This message is for you. One size doesn't fit all when it comes to fleet management. Companies that leverage fleet management solutions typically see a reduction in overall fleet operational costs. Mike Albert leveraged their fleet service to provide a tailored approach to create reductions ranging from 10% to 30%, depending on various factors like the fleet size, industry, and initial inefficiencies. To learn more and save on your costs, visit MikeAlbert.com.
News Radio 700 WLW.
It is halftime here at the Cintas Center. 37-37 is the score. We were treated to some great halftime entertainment as Xavier brought in the legendary Chinese-American acrobat Red Panda. Love Red Panda.
Well, that's like you when you do dishes at night. You're like walking around trying to balance stuff.
Wish. For those who are not familiar with Red Panda, you're clearly not an NBA fan because she performs frequently at NBA arenas at halftime, but she is an acrobat who rides around on an 8-foot-tall unicycle and then at various points is handed bowls, which she balances on one foot, and then while pedaling the unicycle with the other foot, kicks the bowls up in the air and catches them on her head.
There's a million ways to make a living in this world, and that's one of them.
I'm just happy to see she's doing well again. She took a spill about a year ago, hurt her wrist, but she is performing, and she was flawless tonight. We're ready for the start of the second half. It'll be Xavier's ball. Trey Carroll inbounds to All Right, and we are underway. Day Thomas defends. He picked up 2 fouls about midway through the first half and sat the final 9.5 minutes. Trey Carroll, who had a big first half, passes to the right point. Borovichinin has it. No-look feed for right, looking down low, bounces it for Carroll. Defended by Abayev. Carroll backing his way into the lane, shoots a right-hand hook. That one's no good. That's his offhand. Rebounded by Mustafa Cham. Cincinnati's ball. The score tied at 37. Kerr Kriisa has it. Penetrates, throws an alley-oop. Dunked home by Mustafa Cham.
Well, Kerr does that great when he's going left because he uses 2 hands to shoot it up at the rim opposed to right when he hooks it up there.
39-37 Cincinnati. Carroll in the short corner. Good defense by Baba Miller. They kick it out for Borovichinin. Now Milicevic shoots a 2-point jumper. It is an air ball. Rebound goes out of bounds off Xavier.
No, that's a foul. They're going to
Okay. Foul was called on Milicevic. That is his third. Trying to get an offensive rebound. Check that. Foul was called on Trey Carroll. My mistake. His second. And Cincinnati has the ball leading by 2, 39-37. Miller on the right wing, top of the circle. Chom swings it left toward the sideline. Day Thomas. Now Abayev shoots a 2-point jump shot. Air ball. Saved in bounds by Xavier. All right, dribbles past center court. Penetrates to the 3-point line. Backs up a couple of steps. Feeds it on the wing for Messina Moore. Now it is Milicevic. Throwing it out for Borovicanin. Gives up his dribble. Looks around for an open teammate. Passes for Milicevic, who feeds it right back. 10 on the shot clock. Borovicanin, backward feed. Milicevic for 3. Off the right side of the rim, no good. And the rebound gets tipped from Miller to Sean Abayev. Day Thomas finds Miller open. Looking down low. Feeds it to Chom. Baby hook, no good.
That's another layup.
Golly. Right next to the basket.
Dunk the ball.
Xavier has it, trailing by 2, 39-37. Cincinnati the score. Trey Carroll right to the rim. Layup good.
I feel like the movie Anger Management. You got to dunk that. Put the ball in the rim.
39-39 the score. 17:48 left. Krisa throws it outside the arc for Miller. Down low for Chom. Allowed a defender to knock it away, but runs down the loose ball. Miller between the circles. Left-hand dribble against Trey Carroll. Trying to fight his way into the lane. Puts up a contested shot. No good. Carroll with the rebound. 5-on-4 opportunity for Xavier. Miller late to catch up. Trey Carroll shoots from the baseline. Scores again.
Bubba Miller fell on his wrist. Got up grabbing it. Keep an eye on that.
15 points for Trey Carroll. 15 out of his team's 41. Baba Miller for 3. Air ball. Knocked out of bounds by Mustafa Cham.
1 for 12 now on the season. From 3.
1 for 11.
1 for 11.
And you know what? That was like a get-back, 3-point attempt.
Yeah.
Trey Carroll, his former teammate, had just scored a couple of baskets, so he comes down and takes a bad shot. Chom out, McKinley in. 41-39, Xavier by 2.
Let it be known that when Tyler McKinley was in the game, the Bearcats took the lead.
Borovicanin passes for Carroll outside the arc. Now all right. 2 steps outside the 3-point stripe. Feeds it to Borovicanin. Left open near the top of the key. Elects not to shoot a 3. Hands it off for Messina Moore. Left open. Now it's Borovicanin in front of his own bench. Into the short corner. Trey Carroll operating against Abayev. Goes around him. Lays him in. He's putting on a show. 17 for Trey Carroll.
Trying to settle his team down and get him in the set now.
He's done all of Xavier's scoring in the second half with 3 2-point baskets. Sean Abayev has it outside the arc. Now it's Day Thomas. Left-hand dribble, 2-point jump shot around the rim. No good. Rebounded by Xavier. Musketeers have the ball up by 4. Messina Moore feeds it down low. Milicevic guarded by Abayev, who swats the ball away, but right into the hands of Baba Miller, and he didn't catch it. Could have had a breakaway. Messina Moore curling off the screen to Carroll. Carroll driving on Kirk Krisa. Shoots a 2-point jumper. Scores again.
When Kerr does all that fouling and that flopping and they don't call it, it puts the defense at a disadvantage.
Trey Carroll has 8 points in the first 4 minutes of the second half. All on 2-point baskets. Day Thomas open 3. Missed it. Rebounded by Trey Carroll. Xavier's ball up by 6. They're on an 8-0 run, all scored by Trey Carroll. Now Borovicanin backing down Sean Abayev. Throws it top of the key. Milicevic penetrates. Running shot is good. Foul called on Cincinnati.
Closeout on Tyler McKinley. Wasn't as strong. He tried to wall up at the last second, and the defender just jumped right into him and got the end one.
Jovan Milicevic scoring on McKinley, and he'll go to the line for a free throw when we come back from the under 16-minute timeout. First few minutes of the second half, an abject disaster for Cincinnati. Xavier 47, Cincinnati 39. This is the Skyline Chili Crosstown Shootout, presented by R&L Carriers on News Radio 700 WLW.
Sure, you've got less than 3 weeks left to finish your holiday shopping, but why wait? Now is the perfect time to buy an Ohio Lottery holiday scratch-off for that special someone on your list, even if that someone is you. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Get your mother-loving ears on because your big-time radio DJ's got news. PayPal lets you choose how you want to pay for all the stuff. With PayPal, I can pay in-store, pay online, or pay over time. What's that? You want this translated into song? I hope you're sitting down. You can pay your own way. You keep those ears on, you hear? Don't just pay, baby. PayPal.
Learn more at paypal.com.
It's the 125th season of Cincinnati men's basketball. Celebrate the legacy, the legends, and the energy inside Fifth Third Arena. Don't miss a moment as Wes Miller leads the Bearcats through another thrilling Big 12 season. This year marks over a century of Bearcat pride, passion, and unforgettable moments where every game feels like history in the making. Be part of the excitement, the rivalries, and the roar of the crowd. Get your tickets now at gobearcats.com/tickets.
This is 700 WLW, the home of the UC Bearcats.
Xavier's made 5 shots in a row, 4 of them by Trey Carroll. Cincinnati has missed 4 shots in a row. The Bearcats have not scored in 3 minutes and 56 seconds. And that's how a 2-point Bearcat lead becomes an 8-point deficit. It's Xavier 47, Cincinnati 39. And the Musketeers have a free throw coming up out of this timeout.
And they're just not, offensively, they're not making the right pass. They're running sets, but they're not setting screens. They're taking bad shots. They're not attacking the basketball. They're not attacking the basket, but they're missing layups. I mean, literally at the basket shots. And then on the other end, they can't guard one-on-one. I mean, they're not doubling. And they're just playing one-on-one basketball, and it's the head fake, shot fakes, passing, and moving of Xavier that's keeping Cincinnati off balance.
Trey Carroll sporting the Jason Momoa hairdo from Aquaman, and he looks like a superhero. He has scored 19 points, and we have 15:27 to go. The free throw is good by Milicevic, and Xavier has taken a 9-point lead, biggest of the game, 48-39. 6 points for Milicevic. Cincinnati's ball in the front court. Buck Harris checked in during the timeout. He's dribbling outside the arc. Passes to Kerr Kriisa. Back to Buck Harris with 12 to shoot. Harris near the top of the circle. Picked up on a switch by Messina Moore. Now it's Kerr Kriisa with 6 to shoot. McKinley sets a pick. 3-pointer in the air. No good. Rebounded by Allright. The Bearcats have missed their last 5 shots. The Musketeers have made their last 5 shots. They lead by 9. 14:50 left. Borovichinen dribbling out near center court. Hands it off for Messina Moore. The 6'5 guard passes left side for Milicevic. Now it's all right. Defended by Buck Harris. Milicevic under the basket. Trey Carroll, layup good. Pass a foul. And Tyler McKinley.
Yeah, they're not opening up on the high screen. And Xavier's just beating UC with execution. They're getting screens, and when the Bearcats run offense, they don't screen. So nobody gets caught in the screen, and we don't get action like that. But Xavier's doing is they're setting high post screens. They're slipping the screens because Cincinnati is trying to hedge on the ball. And by the time the defender gets back, it's a foul trouble.
This keeps up. Trey Carroll will never have to buy a beer in Norwood for the rest of his adult life. Foul shot up. No good. Rebound tipped toward the corner and run down by Day Thomas. 21 points tonight for Trey Carroll. Baba Miller with a running shot. It does not go in. Trey Carroll gets called for his 3rd foul.
The game is not hard. I think when you're in tough situations, when you haven't scored a basket in a while, you got to run action through Baba Miller. I'm not one that's liberal and let everybody shoot because if they're the open guy. Like Hugs told me once, there's a reason you're open, Terry. It's a defensive strategy. Get the ball in the hands of your best player and let him lead you.
Miller at the line to shoot 2. Here comes his first free throw. It is up, and it is good, ending a long drought. Nearly 5 minutes without a single point for Cincinnati. Xavier was on a 13-0 run before that free throw. Trey Carroll comes out with 3 fouls. Surprised he's not getting a standing ovation from everybody in this building, not wearing red and black. He should be. He's winning the shootout. Now the second foul shot for Baba Miller. It is good. He makes them both. Badly needed. Cincinnati trails by 9, 50-41. Bearcats increase the defense. Little full court pressure. Borovichinin dribbles past center court against Day Thomas. Now Buck Harris picks him up on a switch, and Borovichinin calls a timeout. About 40 feet from the bucket with 17 on the shot clock.
I think if you're going to press, you're going to have to do something other than a 2-2-1.
We'll take a timeout. 14 minutes, 13 seconds left. The score, Xavier 50, Cincinnati 41. You're listening to the Skyline Chili Crosstown Shootout, presented by R&L Carriers on 700 WLW.
Stay ahead in the game with Encore Technologies. From secure data management to cutting-edge IT solutions, we keep your business running smoothly. Visit Encore.tech for more. Encore Technologies, your IT partner in a data-driven world.
The Holy Grail is your headquarters for all the college and NFL games this season. Enjoy bucket beer specials every Saturday for college football. They've got every game, so you won't miss any of your favorite team's action. The Holy Grail, your search is over.
Roberts Truck Sales has pre-owned fleet-maintained vehicles, including sleeper, box, and yard trucks, plus single and tandem day cabs and forklifts for purchase. View our inventory at robertstrucksales.com and use the map feature to find a location near you.
Does your business rely on vehicles to move your team or products from point A to B? This message is for you. One size doesn't fit all when it comes to fleet management. Companies that leverage fleet management solutions typically see a reduction in overall fleet operational costs. Mike Albert leveraged their fleet service to provide a tailored approach to create reductions ranging from 10% to 30%, depending on various factors like the fleet size, industry, and initial inefficiencies. To learn more and save on your costs, visit MikeAlbert.com.
For 10 years, families have trusted Kelsey Chevrolet. Now we're driving forward with a new look, the same promise, and more ways to deliver peace of mind. Visit us today and experience the difference. From our family to yours, KelseyChev.com.
This is 700 WLW, the home of the UC Bearcats.
Xavier 50, Cincinnati 41. 14 minutes and 13 seconds remaining here at the Cintas Center.
When I watch the Bearcats offensively, I see a lot of movement. I don't see a lot of bodies being hit. I don't see the ball snapping from one side to the other, and I don't see my best players taking the majority of the shots. Baba Miller should be controlling the flow on offense. But you remember, Sean Bob got hot in the first half, and then the coach takes him out. He's out for 3 minutes, comes back in last 2:40, but this half he has not been able to hit the side of a barn.
And Xavier is really going after Sean when he is covering Trey Carroll. They just get 4 guys out of the way and let Carroll go one-on-one against the freshman.
Well, you got to have somebody that can play defense one-on-one. If you can't, they don't want to double because then you're leaving open all the three-point shooters on the perimeter. So you have to have somebody that can play individual defense so you don't have to double team.
Carroll remains out with 3 fouls. We have 14-13 to go, and Xavier has a 9-point lead. The biggest lead has been 11, thanks to a 13-0 run here in the second half for the Musketeers. They've made their last 6 field goal attempts. They throw it into the backcourt. All right has it. 15 on the shot clock. Passes into the front court to Malik Messina-Moore. Now right. Back to Messina-Moore. Looking around. Cincinnati trying the zone. Messina-Moore into the corner. Knocked out of bounds by Celestine with 5 on the shot clock.
I like this better because now you can have a guy like Buck Harris roam and help wherever he can and keep Mustafa in the paint to block shots.
Borovichinin will throw it in from the sideline. Xavier has the other 4 players out near center court. That's a little unusual with 5 on the shot clock. Borovichinin looking, still looking, gets it into Messina-Moore. Shot clock at 2-1. Shoots a fall away. No good. Offensive rebound, Xavier. Milicevic with the offensive rebound. All right, shoots a three. Misses it. Cincinnati rebounds. Gets it ahead to Day Thomas. Euro step to the rim. Feeds it to Mustafa Cham, who scores.
Beautiful catch and finish by Mustafa Cham.
4 straight points for the Bearcats, who trail by 7, 50-43. Borovichinen against this zone defense that Cincinnati is trying. They don't play it often. Trying it here. Borovichinen to Milicevic. Back to Borovichinen. Between the circles. Shot clock down to 10. Messina Moore to Borovichinen. Pump fakes. Guarded by the shorter Day Thomas. Into the corner. Milicevic. Tough three. Swish.
Wow. You can't play defense better than that.
Xavier 53, Cincinnati 43. That came with the shot clock down to 1. Basically a fall-away three. Baba Miller outside the arc right. Top of the key for Cham. Swings it left for Harris. Under the hoop. Caught by Baba Miller. Spins. Trying to get up a shot. Gets blocked out of bounds by Xavier.
Well, there's got to be, Buck Harris is on the wing. He's got to run down to the baseline and get into the line of sight of Baba so he doesn't have to shoot that. He was looking for somebody because he was under the backboard and nobody went to the corner.
8 seconds left to shoot. Isaiah Walker checks in for Xavier. Philip Borovichinen will take a break. Day Thomas will throw it in from the baseline. Into the corner for Harris. Outside the arc for Cham. Hands it back for Buck Harris. Shot clock at 3. Buck driving. Shoots from the baseline. Round the rim, no good. Rebounded by Njai, who just checked in for Xavier. Their 7-footer. Musketeers have the ball up by 10. Njai, underhand flip for Roddy Anderson. Now Messina Moore, step outside the arc. Dribbling into the paint. Throws it out to Anderson. Wide open 3. Good.
All he did was catch it on one side, dribble to the middle of the paint. Buck Harris's man relocated. He passed it to him, and Buck Harris was still watching the basketball. Never even seen him move.
Xavier has its biggest lead. Cincinnati calls a timeout. 12:19 to go. It's the Musketeers 56. The Bearcats 43. It's the Crosstown Shootout presented by R&L Carriers on 700 WLW.
Sure, you've got less than 3 weeks left to finish your holiday shopping, but why wait? Now is the perfect time to buy an Ohio Lottery holiday scratch-off for that special someone on your list, even if that someone is you. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Bearcats fans, it's time. Cincinnati women's basketball is back inside Fifth Third Arena for another thrilling season.
Prestige Interiors. Remodeling the kitchen, well, that's more than just another home improvement project. Your kitchen, that's the heart of your home, where your family comes together. So it's important to have a customized kitchen fitting your and your family's needs. And that's why I recommend Prestige Interiors. John Ryan has 30 years of experience and expertise in kitchen design and remodeling, and he works with you from the beginning to the end. And he's known for being a perfectionist. And I know this to be true because he remodeled our kitchen. So visit prestige123.com.
Chicken veggie parm, or our chicken veggie medley. Either way, you can't go wrong. Donato's Pizza, gotta love more.
Now through the end of the year, AE Door Window is offering no money down and 0% interest for 2 years, plus another 5% off your total order when you combine and save on doors, windows, and awnings.
Find out more at aeDoorsales.com, where we sell the best and service the rest.
Do you own a small business? A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure.
News Radio 700 WLW.
The game was tied at halftime. Cincinnati got a dunk from Mustafa Cham to take a 2-point lead in the first minute of the second half. Since then, it has been all Musketeers. They've outscored Cincinnati 19-4 over the last 7 minutes. They lead the game 56-43.
Question is, do you go into a full court run and jump? Because if you're going to press, 2-2-1 is not going to do it because you're leaving passing lanes open for them to advance the ball and shoot transition threes. So you have to have body on body, and you have to communicate. You already got to have signals in place because you're not going to be able to hear yourself down there because the atmosphere is so loud. So you have to figure out how are you going to come back from this deficit.
Second half shooting, 62% for Xavier, 18% for Cincinnati.
19-6 second half, Dan. in points, 19-6.
Bearcats will throw it in the backcourt. Xavier extends the defense on 94 feet. Baba Miller inbounds to Kirk Kriisa. Sean Abayev is checked back in for Cincinnati. Kriisa dribbles to the front of the Bearcat bench area. Now it's Abayev outside the arc. Gets a pick from Chom. Dribbling toward the basket. Knocked out of his hands, but a foul is called on Xavier.
But once again, it's a ghost screen. Hit somebody. He was coming off the screen. Mustafa's ready to set the screen, and all of a sudden he bails to the rim for the lob. And there's times to do ghost screens, but there's times to put body on body, so you force a switch. You want a big man guarding Abayev on the drive.
Walker called for the foul, his first. First free throw by Sean Abayev, no good. Sean scored 11 points in the first half. He made 3 threes. Trey Carroll back into the game now that Sean Abayev is on the floor. We'll see if Xavier tries to isolate Carroll against Abayev.
Abayev's got to be more disciplined. He's 68% from the free throw line, 38% field goal shooter, 24.5% three-point shooter. He's a better shooter than this, but some of the angles he takes on his shots are not good.
Second free throw up. Short. He goes 0 for 2. Rebounded by Xavier. 56-43. Musketeers by 13. Trey Carroll dribbles into the front court. The Bearcats will continue in this zone defense. Carroll several steps outside the arc. Hands it off for Messina Moore. Now it's Roddy Anderson, who just made a 3 for the Musketeers. Passes for Milicevic. No look feed for Anderson. 3-point shot. No good. Rebounded by Jalen Celestine. Begins racing up the floor with a lefty dribble. To the wing and Abayev. Looking down low for Mustafa Cham. Not open. So Abayev passes to Kirk Kriisa. Here's Day Thomas outside the arc. Guarded very tightly by Anderson. Kriisa has it. Penetrates into the corner. Day Thomas faked a 3. Now Kriisa shoots a 3. No good. Rebounded by Celestine. Abayev has it. Abayev to Day Thomas. Fakes a long 3. Takes a long 3. Makes a long 3.
Good call, Ben.
3 of them for Day Thomas, and Cincinnati trails by 10, 56-46. 10:55 left. Xavier's ball in the front court. Messina Moore in the center court logo. To the right sideline, and Roddy Anderson now into the corner. Isaiah Walker, touch pass, knocked out of bounds by a hustling Day Thomas.
Well, they're being more active, but they have to make sure that they box out and give him one shot, one contested shot.
15 on the shot clock, 10:45 to go. Xavier up by 10, 56-46. Inbounded to Roddy Anderson, dribbling near center court. Shot clock at 10. Anderson outside the arc right. Kirk Kriisa on him. Cross-court feed Messina Moore. Back to Roddy Anderson. Shot clock at 3. Anderson 4-3. Off the rim, no good. Rebound, knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Trey Carroll. Good job by Abayev to prevent Carroll from grabbing the offensive rebound.
And they're very fortunate because, for one, he's behind the rebounder, but it's kind of hard to defend the three-point shot on the wing and then crash down for a box-out rebound.
All right, comes back in for the Musketeers. Isaiah Walker's time on the court was brief. Full court pressure by Xavier. Cincinnati inbounds to Day Thomas. And he'll dribble up the floor against the defense of Roddy Anderson. Day crosses center court, flips it for Kirk Kriisa. Cincinnati's ball down 10. Day open 3, but elected not to shoot. Took a pump fake, pass for Kriisa. Now Day has it, the free throw line, jump shot, round the rim, and it goes in.
5 in a row.
Cincinnati down by 8, 56-48, 10 minutes to go. Trey Carroll feeding it for Roddy Anderson. Floats a pass to Allwright outside the arc. Cincinnati sticking with this zone. Allwright, top of the circle, passes to the left point. Now Wright catches back. Trey Carroll shoots. His shot from 15 feet, no good. Nice rebound by Mustafa Cham. Bearcats race the other way. Kriisa to Cham, back to Kriisa outside the arc. Shoots a straightaway. Trey, in and out, no good. Cham with the offensive rebound. Throws it outside the arc. Day Thomas penetrates. Feeds it into the corner for Celestine. Celestine to the free throw line. Throws a pass for the corner, and it goes out of bounds. Bad pass by Celestine.
I mean, you can't shoot yourself in the foot. They give you opportunities, and Celestine has been a better player over his career than what you're seeing tonight. You're seeing fouls that he shouldn't make, and then that pass right there. I'd rather him shoot the ball.
Baba Miller in, Jalen Celestine out. 9:22 to go, 56-48. Xavier by 8, Musketeers ball. It's led by as many as 13 before this 5-0 Cincinnati run. Now Trey Carroll driving to the bucket, hands it off down low. Milicevic shoots and lays it in.
Keep the guy in front of you. Kirk Creasa goes for the steal, puts the defense in jeopardy.
Mustafa Cham passing outside the arc for Sean Abayev, who feeds it back down low for Mustafa. Backing his way into the lane, shoots a hook, no good. Foul called on Milicevic, his third.
You got to chip away. Anytime you have a big block of a lead, you got to hit the edges, chip away a little bit, get a foul here, get a foul there. Take away some of the weapons that were used to get that lead by attacking the basket.
14 fouls on Xavier in the second half, 2 on Cincinnati, 2 free throws coming for Mustafa Cham. The Bearcats making 58% of their free throws in this game. They've made 7, but they've missed 5. Now the sophomore, Mustafa Cham, shoots his first foul shot. Short.
You know, we talked about this earlier, but I don't think anybody wanted to hear it, that the free throws will come back to haunt this team in good games and close situations.
They've missed their last 3, trailing by double digits in the second half. Got to take advantage of these opportunities. Mustafa shoots the second foul shot. That one is good. 7-2 center has 7 points in the game. Celestine in, Abayev out. Cincinnati down by 9, 8:55 left. Cincinnati was down by 7 with less than 7 minutes to go last year and came back to win by 3. All right, just past the center court stripe on the far side of the floor. Bounce pass for Carroll between the circles. Trey Carroll's been a one-man wrecking crew. He has 21 points. Now Milicevic passes outside the arc for Anderson. He gets it to Messina Moore with 7 to shoot. Messina Moore driving. Feeds it into the corner. 3-point shot. No good. Milicevic missed. Rebounded by Day Thomas. Feeds it center court for Baba Miller. Now Celestine for 3. Yahtzee.
That's why he came back in the game. Got a drink after making a turnover. And a timeout now by Coach Patino.
Cincinnati down by 6. And we'll take a break with 8 minutes and 17 seconds to go. The score, Xavier 58, Cincinnati 52. You're listening to the Skyline Chili Crosstown Shootout, presented by R&L Carriers on 700 WLW.
With stays under $250 a night, Vrbo makes it easy to celebrate sweater weather. Book a cabin with leaf views or a home with a fire pit for nights with friends. With stays under $250 a night, find a home for your exact needs. Book now at Vrbo.com.
Sure, you've got less than 3 weeks left to finish your holiday shopping, but why wait? Now is the perfect time to buy an Ohio Lottery holiday scratch-off for that special someone on your list, even if that someone is you. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
This is completely unacceptable. High inflation rates are actually preventing people from retiring. This is exactly why thousands are turning to Goldco, the top-rated gold company, to diversify their savings with time-tested safe haven assets, physical gold and silver. Goldco is offering a free gold and silver kit, but on qualified purchases, they'll give you up to a 10% instant match in bonus silver. That's right, a 10% match.
How you want to pay for all the stuff. With PayPal, I can pay in-store, pay online, or pay over time. What's that? You want this translated into song? I hope you're sitting down. You can pay your own way. You keep those ears on, you hear? Don't just pay, baby. PayPal.
Learn more at PayPal.com.
News Radio 700 WLW.
Well, the Bearcats fell behind by 13 in the second half. They are currently on a 9-2 run, and as a result, it's a 6-point game. Xavier up 58-52.
The zone has really slowed Xavier down because now you're keeping guys in areas and making them guard areas, and they don't have to chase around shooters, which puts them at a different offense because Xavier's not screening in the zone. It's a 1-3-1 matchup. They're keeping a body on the high post guy, and they're just sort of shading the point and make him go back and forth. And then when they take shots, they're able to get out in transition and hit transition shots. But they have to continue to be active hands in that zone.
The zone has also made it hard for Trey Carroll just to go one-on-one, backing guys down and scoring, which he did repeatedly in the early portion of the second half.
I think Wes Miller was listening to my comments on the TV last week. I mentioned that they need a zone. They have to be. You want to keep Mustafa in the paint. Now, if he would have had a zone last year, it would save Aziz from the season. Aziz, who had 103 blocks 2 years prior at Utah Valley, he comes here and he's chasing ball screens at the three-point line, only has 36.
Trey Carroll throws it in for the Musketeers. Cincinnati down by 6. We have 8 minutes and 12 seconds to go. All right, who is screaming in the huddle for Xavier. They showed it on the video board during the timeout. Has it on the perimeter, gives up his dribble, passes for Borovichinin, picked up in the zone by Kirk Risa. Now a feed right of the paint, and a turnaround shot put up and in by Malik Messina-Moore.
Yeah, that mini doesn't hurt as much as a three-pointer.
Baba Miller getting into the paint against Trey Carroll. Nice move, lefty finger roll, no good. Tipped up and in by Mustafa Cham.
But once again, you got a one-on-one action at the basket.
60-54, Xavier by 6. 7.5 minutes to go. Borovichinin way outside the arc, right side of the floor. Trey Carroll has it, feeds it into the short corner. Milicevic throws it outside the arc for right. Now it's Borovichinin just inside the three-point line. Backing down, Jalen Celestine goes to a right-hand turnaround, hits the back of the rim, lingers on the rim, and falls through the net. Cincinnati looks for a quick answer, and Kirk Risa trying to feed it down low for Mustafa Cham. Jumped off the wrong foot. It was an awkward attempt to catch it, and it goes out of bounds off Mustafa.
Only the 8th turnover for the Bearcat, 2 for Risa, and that leads the team.
Xavier has 2 turnovers in the game. 2. Tyler McKinley's going to check in. Mustafa Cham will come out. Buck Harris will come in. And Jalen Celestine will exit.
Dan, that's hard to beat a team with 2 turnovers. That means you're not pressuring the ball. You're not making them uncomfortable.
62-54, Xavier by 8. Trey Carroll looking to throw it in. Gets it into All Right. Day Thomas trying to harass him in the backcourt. All Right, played for the Mexican national team. Dribbles past center court for the Musketeers. Borovichinin has it. Into the corner for Wright. Wright dribbling along the three-point line. Now he penetrates. Great bounce pass in the lane. And Cincinnati fouls Milicevic. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
It's just so slow on their rotations. A guy is driving baseline. The low post guy goes over, walls up, creates a trap. Your weak side defender, Buck Harris, is watching the basketball. And once again, his man cuts to the basket. And there's a layup.
Chance for the Musketeers to go back up by double digits. Milicevic at the line for 2 free throws. The first one, no good. Bangs off the rim and bounces right. Milicevic has 11 points. He's pulled down 2 rebounds. Buck Harris out. Sean Abayev in for offense. Cincinnati down by 8. 6:53 left. Milicevic, who's from Toronto, puts up the second foul shot. He misses them both. Baba Miller grabs the rebound for Cincinnati. Bearcats quickly into the front court. Day Thomas crossover dribble, nearly lost it, but got it back before Messina-Moore could come up with a steal. Day Thomas throws it to Abayev, gives it back. Day penetrates, running floater, missed it, but grabbed in midair and put in by Baba Miller.
He'll tell you that's a pass.
Worked the same way. We'll take it. Cincinnati down by 6, 62-56. All right, foul line extended left. Penetrating to the free throw line. Left open. Now Cincinnati recovers. Borovichinin for 3. It is no good. Rattled around the rim. Rebounded by Baba Miller, who begins dribbling the other way. Baba outside the arc. Passes for Kirk Risa. Risa feeds it to Day Thomas in front of the Cincinnati bench. Now driving to the low block as Baba Miller gets into the lane. Goes up, misses, fights for his own rebound and draws a 2-shot foul. If it's on Trey Carroll, that would be number 4. They may call it on Borovichinin.
And you know what? Bob Huggins once said, "Why do you think Nick Van Exel shoots the ball so much?" Corey said, "Because he's a ball hog." He goes, "No. He calls for the ball the most. He wants it with his hands, his mouth, his whole body says, 'Give me the basketball.'" Baba does the same thing. And you can't go away from it. He demands the ball. When he has the ball, he's a problem.
The foul was on Borovicin in his first. Xavier's fifth. 2 shots coming for Baba Miller. The senior's first in the air and off the back of the rim. No good. Baba has 10 points in the game. And he's pulled down 11 rebounds. Another double-double for Baba Miller. Xavier by 6, 5:59 to go. Bearcats need to hit their free throws. They're at 53% for the game. Xavier's at 54. Second foul shot. Around the rim, no good. Offensive rebound, McKinley. Throws it outside the arc. Here's Abayev for 3. Got it! A badly needed 3 for Sean Abayev, his 4th of the game.
I'll take 3 over 2 anytime, any day.
Cincinnati down by 3 after trailing by 13. It is 62-59, Xavier. Trey Carroll will throw it in against full court pressure. Passes in for Allright. Bounces it back for Trey Carroll. Carroll dribbling to the center court stripe. Baba Miller defending. Carroll looking to go coast to coast. Gets to the basket. Backs down Miller. Looked like a travel. No, a foul called on Baba Miller.
They grabbed him around the head.
Why not give Baba Miller help against Trey Carroll?
Makes sense to me.
I mean, he just went the length of the floor. Baba Miller playing one-on-one defense. Got to the low block. Nobody jumped in to help.
He traveled too. But there's got to be a basketball IQ of your team as well. You see a guy backing in, he's not even looking. His face is toward the baseline. You run from behind and you go try to double team and knock that ball away.
Foul on Baba Miller, his 3rd, Cincinnati's 4th. Southpaw Trey Carroll at the free throw line. His first shot is good. Xavier's lead is back to 4 with 5:41 to go. 22 huge points for Trey Carroll. His career high is 24. Pop Njai checks in. Isaiah Walker checks in. Probably not for very long for Xavier. Trey Carroll closes his eyes, takes a deep breath, puts up the second foul shot. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Baba Miller. Carroll just 1 for 4 from the line. Cincinnati looking for a quick bucket. And Harris drives to the rim and draws a 2-shot foul from Allright.
One-man fast break. You get the ball out, kick it ahead to Buck Harris, who's running full speed. He gets a defender going right back, crossover dribble to the hole.
2 free throws coming for Sincere Buck Harris. The foul on Allright. His first. Xavier's 6th. One more and the Musketeers are over the limit. First foul shot rattles off the rim. No good. Buck Harris is 1 for 3 from the line, and Cincinnati is now at 50%, 8 for 16.
Richard Pitino looked at the official and said, "Get over here," and the official walked over it. Like he just put his hand and pointed to the ground and said, "Get over here now, I want to talk to you," and the official walked over.
Second free throw for Harris is good. He makes 1 out of 2. That is his 2nd point tonight. Xavier leads by 3, 63-60. Trey Carroll dribbles the ball past center court. Baba Miller on his former teammate last year at Florida Atlantic.
Double.
Carroll gets to the low block, spins, shoots, scores again. Refuses to double team Trey Carroll. Xavier leads 65-60. Harris attacking. Right hand layup no good. Rebound goes to Xavier. Musketeers have the ball. 5 minutes to go with a 5-point lead. Trey Carroll catches in the front court. Now he shoots a 3. No good. Rebounded on the weak side by Baba Miller. Baba up to 13 rebounds in this game. Day Thomas to Kirk Kriisa. 3-point shot. He makes it. Cincinnati within 2 with 4:43 to go.
It's a good pump fake, relocate, give it to the hot hand.
65-63 Musketeers. Trey Carroll guarded by Baba Miller. No help. Here comes a help defender. Cross-court pass. Now it's all right. Stepping into a three. In and out. No good. Rebounded again by Baba Miller. His 14th. Buck Harris driving toward the basket. Gets into the lane. Passes. Baba Miller. A three-point shot. Around the rim. No good. And the Musketeers have the rebound. Baba Miller has missed all 4 of his three-point attempts. 65-63 Xavier. All right. Colliding with Buck Harris, who gets called for a foul. Should not be a shooting foul. 4:03 to go. The foul on Buck Harris, his first. Cincinnati's 5th.
Buck on the ball is like putting a piece of steak in front of a pit bull. He's going to go for it every time. So you have to save him from himself and tell him not to reach. He's always going to reach.
65-63 Xavier. A 13-point lead is down to 2. All right, looks to get it in. Passes into Borovichinen. Now it's Carroll driving toward the basket against Baba Miller. Gets into the lane, spins, shoots, scores. Count the bucket and a foul.
He has no answer for Carroll. Front the post. Put a smaller guy on him, put Buck on him, and let Buck use his quickness to get around him and use Baba as the secondary shot blocker.
Trey Carroll has a career-high 26 points. Xavier has a 4-point lead with 3:56 to go, and we have a timeout on the floor. Carroll will be at the line when we come back from this timeout to try to complete a 3-point play. 67-63 Xavier. This is the Skyline Chili Crosstown Shootout, presented by R&L Carriers on 700 WLW.
Sure, you've got less than 3 weeks left to finish your holiday shopping, but why wait? Now is the perfect time to buy an Ohio Lottery holiday scratch-off for that special someone on your list, even if that someone is you. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Get your mother-loving ears on because your big-time radio DJ's got news. PayPal lets you choose how you want to pay for all the stuff. With PayPal, I can pay in-store, pay online, or pay over time. What's that? You want this translated into song? I hope you're sitting down. You can pay your own way. We keep those ears on, you hear? Don't just pay, baby. PayPal.
Massive economic crash for 2025, and you should be ready. Will you sit on the sidelines and wait, or will you take action today to help protect your hard-earned retirement savings? Right now, you can get a free gold and silver kit from the top-rated precious metals company, Goldco, where you'll learn why tens of thousands of hardworking Americans and even the world's central banks are turning to precious metals to help protect and diversify their money. Get your free gold and silver kit from Goldco by calling 855-GOLD-IRA. You could even receive up to a 10% instant match on bonus silver for qualified accounts. Don't let your financial future slip through your fingers. Learn why so many Americans are diversifying with gold and silver today. Call
News Radio 700 WLW.
Well, you got to hand it to Trey Carroll. He has been awesome for Xavier in this game. 11 points in the first half, 15 points in the second half. He is the reason Xavier's winning this game. 67-63 Musketeers, 3:56 to go. And the long-haired grad student from Port Charlotte, Florida, will go to the free throw line to try to complete a 3-point play. Foul on Baba Miller was his 4th.
You know when football players have those dreads coming out of their helmet, and they get grabbed by the braids as they're running for a touchdown, or a defensive back does it? All's fair in love and war. He got pulled by the hair by his former teammate and had a stare down.
Left-handed foul shot is short, rebounded by Cincinnati. That's the only thing that Trey Carroll has not done well in this game. He is 1 for 5 from outside the arc, and now we got a foul called on Xavier. Musketeers are over the limit. Cincinnati will go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1.
Both teams are shooting 50% from the free throw line. Xavier is 8 of 16. The Bearcats are 9 of 18. Something's got to give.
All right, called for that foul. His second, team 7th. Kerr Priest at the line to shoot the front end of a 1-and-1. This is a huge free throw. Kerr takes his time, bends at the knees, puts up the shot, swish. Crease has made 3 in a row. Cincinnati trails by 4. 3 minutes and 49 seconds to go. Make it 3. The scoreboard a little bit late. And updating the score to 67-64. Musketeers by 3. 3:49 remaining. Kerr Crease's second foul shot on its way and good. He makes them both. 10 points for Kerr. Jalen Celestine in, Kerr Crease out. We'll see if somebody can defend Trey Carroll on this possession. Cincinnati down by 2. 3:49 left.
2-2-1.
Carroll has it in the backcourt. Cross-court pass for Messina Moore. Walks it past the timeline. 3:40 left. All right on the left wing. Up top for Messina Moore. Now on the left side, it's Borovichinin, 2 steps outside the arc. His pass intercepted by Jalen Celestine. Driving to the bucket. Draws contact from Borovichinin. It'll be a 2-shot foul for Jalen Celestine. If he makes them, we've got a tie with 3:28 to go.
Well, you get in the passing lanes. That's the one thing a 1-3-1 does. It takes away the passing angles. You're going to have to dribble the ball to that side to make the pass. You can't go side to side. And he got one hand on it, deflect it, and then catch it, attack the basket, and he gets fouled.
Foul on Borovichinin, his second. Team foul number 8. 2 shots coming for Jalen Celestine. The grad student from Ajax, Ontario. The lefty's first shot, no arc, no good. Rattles off the rim and spills out. It's got to go up to go down and through the net. Trying to make it a 1-point game. 3:28 to go. Second shot up, no good. Swatted out by Baba Miller. Cincinnati has another chance. In the corner, it's Baba Miller. Left-hand penetration toward the right elbow. Now Buck Harris dribbling against Borovichinin. Feeds it to Celestine. Shot clock at 8. Celestine drives. He's under the basket. Into the corner. Harris, 2-point jumper. Air ball. Rebounded by Xavier. 3:05 to go. Cincinnati had chances and couldn't capitalize. Trey Carroll near the top of the key. Harris takes it away. Cincinnati has the ball. Long pass. Miller jump stop into the paint. And he passes backward. Day Thomas for 3. Off the rim, no good. Offensive rebound, Chom. Outside the arc for Harris. Here's Baba Miller. Into the corner, Celestine. Guarded by Borovichinin. Shoots a 3. Good! Cincinnati has the lead with 2:35 to go.
Unbelievable resilience by this feisty Bearcats team.
Made possible by the steal by Buck Harris. He took it away from Trey Carroll. Now Borovichinin shoots for 3. He makes it. And Xavier leads 69-68.
Wes Miller wants a timeout.
We have 2:20 to go.
Doesn't call a timeout. What they stop the clock? Yeah, they're going to look at the 3. Because it looks like his right foot's on the line.
Borovichinin with a clutch shot. They're calling it a 2, not a 3. So they're going to go to the monitor to see if Xavier should get an extra point. I called it a 3. Borovichinin held up 3 fingers, indicating that he thought it was a 3. But the officials only gave him 2.
Well,
so
right
at the moment, it's 69-68 Xavier.
Looked like his right foot was on the line. They showed it on the replay board. They haven't showed it on the screen yet, but on the replay board, it looked like his right foot was on the line. This shouldn't take long.
We're seeing it on the video board at center court.
Yeah,
From that angle, it's impossible to tell. Boy, it's close.
It is close.
From that angle, I don't think you could change the call. So, the very edge of his right foot is right on the line, or right on the edge of the line. I honestly can't tell if that should be a 3 or a 2. I think it's a 3. Well, as he leans into jumping up to take the shot, the edge of his shoe might have hit the line. It's really hard to tell.
They give him a 3.
Scoreboard hasn't changed yet. And they have made it a 3. And I think that's right, to tell you the truth. So it's a 3-pointer for Borovichinen. He's made 2 in this game. And the Musketeers have a 2-point lead with 2:20 to go, but it's Cincinnati's ball. Sean Abayev, Kirk Risa, Baba Miller, Mustafa Cham, and Dede Thomas on the floor for Cincinnati. Borovichinen with 12 points in the game. Kirk Risa dribbles the ball up the floor. Passes to the left point, and Abayev hands it back for Krisa. Krisa to Abayev, several steps behind the arc. Borovichinen defends. Abayev with a shot clock down to 14. Still dribbling. Now passes to Cham. Outside the arc for Dede Thomas. Penetrates, throws an alley-oop. Knocked out of bounds. Trey Carroll hit it off Mustafa Cham. Xavier's ball. 1:58 to go.
You got to throw the lob to where only Mustafa can get it. And he threw it below the rim, and the defense had a chance to come over and knock it off his hand.
Trey Carroll doing another thing to contribute to Xavier taking the lead. Great defensive play. Xavier's ball up by 2, 1:58 to go. 70-68 the score. Borovichinen has it in the backcourt. Buck Harris on him defensively. Borovichinen not really going anywhere with it. Long pass caught in the front court by Milicevic. Just in time. It's almost a 10-second violation. Shot clock down to 15. Messina Moore has it outside the arc. Now all right on the center court logo. Guarded by Buck Harris. Shot clock at 7. Borovichinen. They get it down low for Trey Carroll. Reverse layup. Good. 28 points for Trey Carroll. Xavier by 4. 1:26 to go. Great job of using the shot clock and getting a layup for the Musketeers.
Yeah, but Mustafa didn't even cut the baseline off, and he wouldn't go up to block the shot. So if you're not going to do that, take him out of the game and put somebody else in, or you can stretch the floor. Zealot can try and play some defense down there, but your 7-2 guy has got to be the anchor in the back of the zone.
Wes Miller called a timeout. We have 1:26 remaining. Cincinnati trails by 4. The Musketeers have scored 5 straight points after Cincinnati took a 1-point lead on a 3-point shot by Jalen Celestine. Since that 3-point basket, Borovichinen has hit a 3. The Bearcats have turned it over, and Trey Carroll has made a layup.
Well, you know, in a rivalry game like this, there's always going to be somebody that has an outstanding game. And it looks like it's Carroll today.
Got a career-high 28 points. His previous career high in 3 seasons was 24. Kirk Risa will throw it in. Gets it into Dede Thomas. The Bearcats trail by 4. 1:23 left. Dede outside the arc, left side, dribbles to the top of the key, into the lane, still dribbling, shoots a running shot from the baseline and scores.
Probing, getting to his spot.
13 for Dede, Cincinnati down 2, 70 seconds left in the Skyline Chili Crosstown Shootout. 72-70 Xavier. Borovichinen, they get it into the corner for Trey Carroll. Celestine defends, Carroll backing him down, shoots a right-hand shot, scores, giving him 30 points in this game.
Unbelievable.
Xavier by 4. 51 seconds to go. Celestine open 3. Short. Rebounded by Xavier. Musketeers have the ball. Up by 4. 42 seconds to go. Cincinnati commits a foul in the backcourt. That is foul number 6. So not a shooting foul yet for the Musketeers.
So you're going offense, defense. You have your 2 bigs in the game, in Mustafa Cham and Baba Miller. I think they're going to put him at the line now.
Yeah, my mistake. That was foul number 7, not number 6. So it'll be a 1-and-1 opportunity for All Right, who is one of the best shooters on the team for Xavier. He is 10 for 12 this year. Front end of the 1-and-1, it is perfect. And the Musketeers are up by 5 with 41 seconds to go.
And now you want to make shots from the free throw line.
3 points for All Right in the game. Xavier by 5, 41 seconds to go. 30 points for Trey Carroll in the 1 Crosstown Shootout he will play in. Second shot good for All Right. They're going bananas here at the Centos Center. Musketeers lead by 6. Cincinnati gets it into the front court. Dede Thomas dribbling. 33 seconds to go. Abayev for 3. Short. Rebounded by Trey Carroll. And he gets fouled with 29.3 seconds to go.
And Wes Miller calls his guys over because I think that's 5 fouls.
Foul was on Mustafa Cham. That should only be his second. Cincinnati's 8th, so this will be a 1-and-1 opportunity for Xavier with a 6-point lead and 29 seconds to go. And, of course, it is Trey Carroll who has scored 30 points in this game.
You know, there is a stat that was posted on the television in the previous game. Under 5 minutes, he missed his shot right here.
Front end of the 1-and-1, no good. Cincinnati racing up the floor, down by 6. They get it under the basket. Abayev lays it in. And Wes Miller calls it timeout. Xavier by 4, 23.9 seconds to go.
You know, for some reason, 3 and 52 is Wes Miller's record when they're down by under 5 minutes. And right now they're down 76-72. They have a chance here. They have to get a quick trap. You don't want to foul right now. You want to make sure they can cross it. If they don't cross it, then you want to foul. I mean, if they cross it, you want to foul. But up to here, you cannot run a 2-2-1. It's a zone press. You got to do a full court run and jump man-to-man and trap as soon as the ball goes in.
Cincinnati has 8 team fouls. That's a good number for this situation. If they don't get a steal and commit a foul, it would be a 1-and-1 for Xavier. And as awesome as Carroll has been, he's 1 for 6 from the line. Imagine if he was making his free throws. He's a 74% free throw shooter for the year. But just 1 for 6 tonight. If he touches it, foul him. He has 30 points and 7 rebounds. Cincinnati's leading scorer is Sean Abayev with 16.
He's going to go down, as you mentioned, he probably never have to buy a beer the rest of his time on campus. If you can star in a game like this in the Crosstown Shootout, you're a legend.
Shoot, he might not have to buy a car the way he's playing tonight. 76-72 Xavier, 23.9 seconds to go. Musketeers will be throwing it in against full court pressure.
You know, All Right has a brother named Always Right.
Seriously?
Seriously. So, that's a little wild there.
He is definitely Matthew McConaughey's favorite player in college basketball. All right. Here's a trap in the corner. Did he call a timeout or did he get fouled? It was All Right who caught it. He called the timeout when he got double-teamed. 21.9 seconds to go. Xavier up by 4, 76-72.
All Right's dad played at Kansas State, 84-86. Named his brother Joseph Always Right. Think about the arguments they would have in the house. One is all right, one is always right. And what were you thinking naming your kid that? Anyway, the Bearcats right now, 76-72. They got a quick trap. They want to make sure that they can, first of all, you want to deny the ball. Don't let the guy just concede him catching the ball. Try to deny it. Put Mustafa over the ball. Don't put another guard over the ball. Put Mustafa over the ball. If Mustafa's in the back of the press, he's too far down. You don't need to hug your man at the free throw under the basket when they're pressing in the front court. He should be up here daring them to throw the ball long. Dan, you can bait teams to think that the long pass is open, but you have to be on the line and up the line.
Xavier will have Borovicinen throw it in. One teammate near the free throw line, the other 3 at center court. Baba Miller will try to make it difficult for Borovicinen to throw the ball in. 21.9 to go. Xavier with a 4-point lead, 76-72. Borovicinen inbounds. Milicevic catches. Cincinnati doesn't foul him yet. Now he passes for All Right. Long pass caught by Trey Carroll. Passes for Borovicinen. All Right catches. Cincinnati fouls him with 11 seconds to go.
So, Dan, you got 2 guys up here denying. A guy comes from half court all the way down to the free throw line and catches the ball with nobody tracing him. How are you not in full denial as a team?
All Right heads to the line. He's 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Xavier up by 4, 11 seconds to go. They were able to take about 10 seconds off the clock. Free throw, good. 5 points in the game for Wright. 77-72 Musketeers. Second foul shot, good. 78-72 Xavier. 10 seconds to go. Day Thomas racing into the front court. Hesitation dribble, drives to the rim. Lefty layup, good. Cincinnati down 78-74. Long pass, caught by Milicevic. Fouled with 2.6 to go. And Xavier leading by 4.
But you didn't need a two-pointer. You had to have a three-pointer in order to have a chance to win the game. Yes, they gave you a two-pointer.
Trey Carroll walking over toward the student section. Holding up the front of his jersey to emphasize the Xavier on the front. Cincinnati's losing streak at the Cintas Center will grow by 2 more years.
Security comes out. The police are surrounding the benches and the referees as they go and look at see how much time should be on the clock.
78-74 Xavier. Milicevic will be going to the free throw line. It's a double bonus now. He'll be shooting 2. Trey Carroll firing up the fans. What a tremendous performance by Trey Carroll.
He's been fantastic today.
Each team has a player who was on Florida Atlantic's roster last year. Baba Miller has a double-double, 10 points and 16 rebounds, but his former teammate, Trey Carroll, clearly the star tonight with 30 points and 7 boards. Now he's doing the zip-em-up gesture. A favorite among Xavier fans. Free throw up and in for Milicevic. 79-74 Musketeers.
4 in a row now for Xavier. Coach Patino's really turned his team around in a short amount of time.
Second free throw, no good. Abayev launches from deep. It is no good. And the Xavier Musketeers have defeated the Cincinnati Bearcats for the 11th consecutive time at the Cintas Center. And the Bearcats' inability to win back-to-back games against the Musketeers goes back to 1996. The final score tonight, Xavier 79, Cincinnati 74. Stay tuned for the post-game show coming up. You've been listening to the Skyline Chili Crosstown Shootout, presented by R&L Carriers on News Radio 700 WLW.